Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're joining us around the world. Our first watch along of this year. We're looking forward to it. It's foggy in Luton, we hear. And we've got the game coming to you over the next few hours. If you're not at Kenilworth Road, you can potentially watch this game on Sky Sports, but you can also join us on YouTube. We want to hear from you. We want to interact with you. We will have guests throughout. So make sure you get involved on the chat and tell us. If you're currently joining us right now, stick it in there and we'll bring you on in the pre-show where we will have guests. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We got to that 750 marker. You are all legends. Thank you so much. And we kick on again in 2022. Can we go to our next milestone and see if we can get close to 800? So thank you very much for all our current subscribers and new ones. Also, at some point in the stream this afternoon, can you hit that like button? We always try and want to achieve 50 likes minimum on these watch alongs. So yeah, hit the like button. If you weren't able to join us live, thank you so much for also checking out the video, and also hit that like button and you can let us know your thoughts at the end of the video in the comments. So what have we got coming up for you this afternoon then? Lots and lots to go through this afternoon, or the preview before the game. We've got lineups live, got a couple of guests backstage already ready waiting for me. We've got that build up. We're going to get score predictions. We want to hear your score predictions. The full 90 minutes is coming your way on this YouTube channel, and then as always we'll react to that full-time result, and hopefully it will be a Cherries win in the Championship. So the Cherries looking for a third consecutive win in the Championship, and also going for a third double of beating teams home and away. And for the first time this season, at the third attempt, could the Cherries win an early kickoff?
Players hovering around the penalty spot. Now they make their move. And it comes, it's flicked goalwards. It's a brilliant header. And Dominic Solanke makes amends for his earlier miss. His 18th championship goal of the season. Clever ball. And a chance here for QPR, rolled across. And it's brilliant from Jefferson Lerner. He's had a bit of space to operate in this evening. Plays the ball back to Christie! Goal for Bournemouth would be the killer goal. It's a lovely little touch. Goalkeeper comes off his line, but he's beaten. He doesn't miss those.
And I've got a couple of guests joining me pre-show. Look, we're all in different kits. That's amazing. Firstly, I come to John Spark. How you doing, John? Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Happy New Year to you too, Kirk and Keith. Yeah, looking forward to the game.
Fantastic. And Keithy T, you did an excellent piece for Oak Road Hatter. You can find it on their Twitter, actually. Make sure you check it out. But you did it for Cherries Red Army. How you doing, Keith?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, very good, mate. Very good.
Let's get stuck into it then. Let's not mess around. Should we take a look at that AFC Bournemouth team that Scott Parker's gone for this afternoon? It is Mark Travers in goal. Lewis Cook. Feels really weird, guys. They don't put the L now before Cook. So there's Lewis Cook. Lloyd Kelly captain. Jeff Lerner. Dom Solanke. Ryan Christie. Emi Marcondes rewarded with a start, or potentially just replacing a player. We'll find out in just a bit. Jack Stacey. Leif Davis, Gary Cahill and Jaden Anthony. On the bench is Nyland, Mepham, James Hill. He's on the bench and potentially in for a first appearance. Gavin Kilkenny, Ben Pearson, Rogers and Jamal Lowe. So, John, coming to you first of all, no Philip Billing. So, is it a rewarded start or just replacing?
I think it's probably both. I think when you can score a hat trick, no matter what level of opponent you're playing against, and keeping something of an eye on everywhere, basically almost every bit of grass that Marcanda seemed to turn up on against Yeovil. He showed what he's capable of against a lower level team, obviously, but he was still a very good performer on that day. Obviously, he scored 3 goals. Billing, it turned out, I think I heard, has got a knock, which I believe was on Thursday. Apparently, Brady did as well, which is why he's not in the lineup at all. So yeah, I would say it's a mixture of both. I think in regular circumstances, even a hat trick probably wouldn't have done Martin over Billing because of how highly highly rated he is by the staff and the players and the fans, obviously. But Martin certainly deserved a shot at coming in to replace him.
And let's just give also a few shout outs before we come to your thoughts on the lineup. We've got Robert joining us from Sydney. How you doing? We've also got Richard from the Philippines. That's amazing. Michael, how are you doing? Alan, he's here from Brisbane. We are really going around the world this afternoon. We've got Mark Singleton. We're going to come to that early kickoff in just a moment. And we've also got Badger and the Bournemouth fan also listening from the US. Keith, that lineup came out then at 11:30. Happy?
Yeah, and it's good to see Marcondes actually getting in. I totally agree with John. I thought normally if Phil's fit, he'll be playing, but it'd be good to see what he can bring to the table, and I expect he'll be playing. Although a similar role, he'll obviously bring his stamp to it. And the one thing when I saw him at Hull, he does make really interesting runs for us. So it'd be interesting to see how the dynamic is in the midfield. But broadly speaking, yeah, that's a pretty good lineup.
We'll just give you the Luton lineup as well. We've got James Shea, Sonny Bradley, Carl Naismith, and we've got Burke there in for Luton, Bell, Campbell, Ruddock, Bree, Jerome, Adebayo, and Clark. That is the Luton team. We're going to come back to that lineup because for the first time, we're going to go to a foggy Luton and let's get a fan reaction as those lineups are released. And Aaron Kay, hopefully with some headphones in.
Yeah, headphones are in. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, we can hear you. Welcome to this watch along for Luton versus AFC Bournemouth. Lineups are out. Happy?
Yeah, happy as you can be, I guess. I had a feeling Billing and Christie might be out because they weren't in my training pick, so it's good to see Christie in my lineup. And obviously Billing is the one to miss out. It took a slight knock by the sounds of it, but Marcondes deserves his chance. Clearly, he's on the back of a hat trick, albeit against a non-league team. This is his chance to say, keep me in my team, Scott. So let's see what he can do.
He has that movement. He showed that, yes, it was against the National League, but we may need to be delicate today. We may need to break down Luton. They do generally play with a back three, but it's an opportunity, like you said, Aaron, for Bournemouth to get on the ball and create some chances.
Yeah, I think obviously Jeff will play the deep role to give us a bit more protection. As you say, they play 5 at the back, or 3 with wing backs, and 2 up front by the looks of it. So there'll be a handful. But yeah, we've got to pick up those pockets. So that's what Marcondes is good at, getting on the ball. I think Lewis Cook has a big job to do today because he's obviously not going to be the deep lying player. So he obviously has to get up and down and try and support. But yeah, hopefully we can cut them open a bit.
How are the fans feeling? We're not far away from kickoff, about 20 minutes. The atmosphere good?
Yeah, the atmosphere is good. Apart from the fact when we in the Wetherspoons waiting for our eggs on toast, we got told 5 minutes ago it'd be an hour's wait, so we had to cancel all of it. So that was fun. But yeah, no, everyone's in good spirits. It's going to be a tough game. I think we're under no illusions. Luton drew their last game in the league at home to Fulham, so they're no pushovers, especially at home. They proved in the away game when we were at home that they could easily have beaten us or got something from the game. It's going to be a very, very tough game, so we need to be at our best, defend well. Hopefully, Leif Davis is a good game, and hopefully we can get a win here.
Score prediction? Can we get one from you?
2-1 to Bournemouth.
2-1 to the Cherries. Enjoy the game. If your signal's decent, we may speak to you again later on. But
yeah, I'll try and come on, guys.
Your pre-match thoughts. We'll see you soon, Aaron.
All right.
See you, Aaron.
Care, see you later, boys. Bye.
See you later, Aaron.
Fantastic. Let's see if we can bring back on that squad lineup. And an interesting thought here, Keith. Let's go back to that Luton team. their top assist makers are Naismith and Bree. That tells me potentially that Leif Davis is going to need to work hard in stopping whipped crosses coming in from James Bree. And maybe the other option is for Naismith to lob the ball high into the box, looking for an experienced Jerome and a very youthful Adebayo.
Yeah, I think that's broadly what they're going to do. They're going to go direct against us. But, they are capable of mixing it up. Adebayo is an interesting young lad, and I think he could be a real danger. But Naismith brings real experience to their team. And Nathan Jones, I mean, he's their Eddie Howe. So they completely trust him and the project that's going on there. So I think it would be a really tough game for us today.
John, Mark's mentioned it a few times in some of our YouTube videos and some of our previews. 12:30 doesn't seem to be a good kickoff time for the Cherries. Haven't won this year in the 2 times that we've done it. And also that we are slow at getting into games. Does this concern you, an early kickoff?
That's not something I didn't even really consider, to be honest. That wasn't something that wasn't a stat I was across. So that's interesting that our record isn't fantastic this season. I don't know what it was like last season, but I just feel as though that can sometimes just be the teams that you're playing. There may be an element of early starts in regards to that, but I'm pretty sure that this is an away game. But I think the itinerary for what a team will do or what Bournemouth will do in an away game probably doesn't really change that much. If it's a 2 or 3 o'clock kickoff, they'll have got there overnight and stayed in a hotel. So I don't think the timing makes too much of a difference. It's probably just due to the players and due to the teams we played so much. And Luton are a very good team. I mean, they went through quite an awkward patch towards the end of last year, and they've had the last 4 league games have been postponed. So they've gone a long time between drawing against Fulham and then beating Harrogate 4-0 in their last game. I'm hoping that will mean that we can catch them on some level of rustiness, because obviously we've only missed the 1 game against Peterborough, whereas Luton have had to go a lot longer without getting that match time. So I think a strong start would be ideal, getting at them very quickly and early, but we've seen so far this season, Bournemouth don't really do that. It's not really in the plan to go hard in the first 10 minutes, unlike how it was under Eddie Howe. So, we'll see what happens. But I think fitness-wise, we should be able to cope better than Luton, just purely based off of match fitness. But it's going to be a very tough game, regardless. I mean, last game I remember, was it last year or the year before? I remember a particularly bad 0-0 draw away at Luton. But they're a tough team to break down, and they're improving every year. And I certainly expect them to be a top half team this season.
Definitely. And the vlogger, I'm watching this on the train. I'm not sure it's a train to the game or whether it's a train to somewhere else, but we really appreciate you checking out this live stream. Just looked at some details there for Luton, currently 16th, a very mixed bag, Keith. Had some absolute ding-dongs at Kenilworth Road this season. They've won 5-0, they've lost 5-0. They had the 3-0 up against Swansea at halftime, drew 3-3. This could be a really exciting game today, exciting watch-along. I've probably spoken now, so that might mean it might be a 0-0.
Yeah, it could go either way. They've got a lot of games in hand, if I recall correctly, haven't they? Because they haven't played for a while. But I agree with John. I actually I wrote in my piece actually for them that I actually tip them to be one of those teams to make a late run for the playoffs. So, they're a dangerous team, and I'm hoping they're ring rusty today because they gave us a really hard time at home for us, and they've got some exciting young players. As I say, Adebayo is one of those. But with Nathan Jones getting his contract extended, I think that for their project is key, because he is very much like Eddie Howe was for us, a fulcrum and an inspiration for their revival, because it wasn't that long ago they were in non-league football. So, yeah, I expect a tough game today, and I'll be delighted with getting away with the 3 points today.
And there is Adebayo, 24 years old, 20 matches, 10 goals, 1 assist, and he definitely should have scored at Vitality Stadium earlier on in the season, which we'll see that in just a bit. From one striker to another, John, Dom Solanke's trying a bow and arrow 20 goals. He only needs a brace today. Can he get there?
Today, probably not. I think Luton are probably going to do a good enough job to limit Solanke well enough, but I wouldn't be surprised if he scored. He hasn't got. He's got a couple of braces over the season, hasn't he? I remember Blackpool is one time where he got a hat-trick, but he got a brace. I don't remember him getting too many other braces this season, but he certainly is consistent in getting into good opportunities, and more recently, I think his ability to hold on to the ball, dribbling skills have been phenomenal. The gaps that he manages to reel out of around 3 players and keep hold of the ball is incredible. I think his first touch improved, although I think it could do with being a bit better still. But he keeps getting into opportunities. He obviously has missed some sitters recently against, he missed a header against Derby. I think there was one against Cardiff that he didn't put away before putting in a much more difficult header later on in the match. So, was it Cardiff? Well, it was in a game recently, regardless. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does again, and he's being supported on both sides by Anthony, who's obviously a fantastic playmaker from the wing, and Christie, who could really do anything on his day. So, I'm expecting to score. I'm not entirely sure he'll get a brace, but we'll need him to score, considering Billington's not in the team. That's over 25% of our goals. Not inside with Billing out. So, he might well have to shoulder quite a bit of the attacking weight today.
John, I'm just going to drop you out a bit. Your Wi-Fi just keeps lagging a little bit and it keeps freezing. So what we'll do is we'll drop you out. Hopefully we can get you back in. We've got those pre-match thoughts from you, but we'll just see if your signal improves throughout the afternoon. But can I get a score prediction from you before I take you out?
2-1. Cherries.
2-1 seems to be a common trend, and we want to get the fans that are currently watching. We'll get your score predictions in a bit as well. But John, I'm just going to drop you out, and hopefully we'll get you back later on.
Yep. See you in a minute.
See you in a bit. Keep you with me though, Keith, and another player that's going to need to influence the game today. He got back to good form against Cardiff, and that was Ryan Christie. Finally got that first goal on his CV, shall we say, under the Cherries. Took a deflection, but he is one of our top assist makers, and if he can add goals, it's going to help Dom Solanke and the team.
Absolutely. But I think he's been really good for us this season. He presses so well as well. He gets at full-backs, and he works hard for the team. His assists are crucial. If he can add goals to his game, I'll be delighted with that. But just the work rate, and I think I completely concur with John. Anthony being the wide playmaker on the other side, his work rate is phenomenal. And when we press from the front and defend from the front, it sets our stall up. So, we were saying about getting an early start. For me, it's about control of the game today. And if we can use the possession that we get and keep control of it and then slowly smother them, I think we could be in for a good afternoon. But obviously, they're a tough opposition and a dangerous team.
Let's take a look at that championship table then before kick-off. Let's have a look at Bournemouth, top of that league. Played one more game than Fulham, 49 points. Fulham in second with 48. You've got Blackburn in third, 46. West Brom, 42. QPR, 41. Huddersfield, 40. And as we said earlier on down there, still got games in hand, like Keith said. Luton, 22 games and 29 points. But, there's nothing to say that they can't climb that table. We have got back into confidence though, Keith. I know we got a win at Yeovil. That made sure it was 3 wins in a row. We're looking for 3 championship wins in a row. And at one point we were thinking, when are we going to win again? But it's a confidence builder, isn't it? It just happens. You get a win and then you feel like you can go and get another one.
Exactly. And compared to about a month ago, when things looked a little bit bleaker and we were starting to question, we're in a much better position. And that's unusual for us in January. January is usually a tough month, but this seems to be the exception. A very interesting window so far. And if Scott, what we were saying in the with Jacob Townswell and what he's been saying to Tom Crocker in the Echo, that he's looking to do a bit more business, that bodes well. And obviously, we can't go amiss without saying what a poignant week for us to see Mr. Cook leave. And I don't know, did you catch the interview with AFCB?
I
TV?
did. It was a hard watch, and it looked a hard meeting or interview with Steve Cook as well. And he's an absolute legend of the club. I said it's weird just seeing Lewis Cook on the team sheet without an L in front of it. So we're going to have to get used to it. It's just football, though, isn't it, Keith? It happens. He was the last one of that historic back four that took us to the Premier League, and it just happens in football. It gets to a moment when everyone, you sort of have to re-energise the club and the squad. Was it too soon? Maybe, but I think in the end, I think it was right for both parties.
Yes, I agree. And ironically, the next game I'm back at Dean Court will be the Forest game. So I'm going to be seeing him in another shirt, and that's going to be weird. But yes, all good things come to an end, and it is the end of the era. And obviously, we've got Smithy and we've got Junior still involved in the squad, but he's an icon, and he'll be when the history books are written. He'll be considered up there with the big un and with Ted, and he'll be he's so highly regarded here and much loved.
Excellent. Well, we've got 5 minutes until kickoff. We've still got lots to do, so we need to get those score predictions. First of all, let's just quickly look at the rest of the Championship today. Another early kickoff is Cardiff City versus Blackburns. We'll keep an eye on that fixture as well. Let us know in the chat if any goals go in. Need to be verified, but do let us know. Derby versus Sheffield United, Fulham, Bristol City, Huddersfield versus Swansea, Borough against Reading, Millwall versus Forest, Peterborough against Coventry, Preston North End versus Birmingham, and a big one there, QPR versus West Bromwich Albion. Hopefully we can kick back, keep an eye on that score after winning. But now we want to get to a really good part of the stream before kickoff. We want to get your score predictions in the chat. We're going to get Keith's as well. But let's just reflect on that 2-1 victory earlier on in the season. You put your predictions in the chat. Let's just relive Bournemouth 2, Luton 1. For you, I'm gonna
top of the box, Ryan Christie over the top, lovely ball for Billing, right foot there, Bill Billing again, second game in a row, a teasing ball from Christie into his...
Well, he keeps finding the net, doesn't he? What a great run that was, broke the offside trap, hard and low into the corner.
2-on-1 opportunity, and now Anthony back to the top of the box, Jordan Zamora, then Anthony again, Christie desperately hanging on left side, trying to stay on side, which he's managed to do. Ryan Christie, in it comes towards Solanke with a header! They should have combined to clear, but Solanke miscued his clearance, and now a chance inside right for Berry. He'll try and flash it across goal, and it's an own goal of Lloyd Kelly. And Bournemouth really have only got themselves to blame there.
One thing in there, Keith, was the ridiculous assist from Ryan Christie. The second thing that wasn't in there was the unbelievable Mark Travers save to save the 3 points for us. Absolutely amazing. We're going to get on with the score predictions because the players are just walking out now as it is on live on Sky Sports. We've also got Jack Shorts joining us. Thank you. And Patrick, enjoy the game. Enjoy the watch along. If you want to put your score predictions in the chat, feel free to do it now. Mark Singleton is going for a 2-1 to the Cherries, an early kickoff. Maybe the first win of doing that this season. We've got AFC Bournemouth Germany also joining us. Patrick's gone for a clean sheet. 2-0, Solanke and Marcondes. Daniel from America is going for 2-1. Definitely a common scoreline, that one. And AFC Bournemouth Germany is also going for a 3-0. Marcondes, Solanke and Cahill, I think, on the score sheet. And another clean sheet. Jack going for a 2-0. Any more score predictions coming through? We will stick them on the screen. Keith, how are you feeling? What's your score prediction?
I haven't changed from what I've written, and I'm going to go actually a tight 1-0.
A tight 1-0. Not a ding dong then, like some of the
No,
games.
no. I think both sides are going to be a bit cagey because obviously the fixture and the fixture congestion is going to catch up, so there might be a bit of game management in there as well. But no, Kenilworth, is a tough place to go at the best of times, and I think this will be no different.
Misty and wet conditions. The players are on the grass at Kenilworth Road, and we are nearing kickoff. Steve Fletcher's just walked outside the tunnel. I'm going to stick with my preview prediction, and that was a 2-1 as well. I'm going to go with the trend on this one, and might be a 1-1, and we nick the second goal to win the game. Alan's going for a 3-0. That'd be a nice result, wouldn't it? A nice, comfortable 3-0. As long as it doesn't take us 25 minutes to get going and get the first goal. But yeah, we'll take that scoreline. This time last season, Keith, at Kenilworth Road, it was a tough watch. If I can remember, it was around December time. It was a really poor game. I think that was an early kickoff, and Begovic made a last-ditch save to save us a point. It wasn't a great game last season, was it?
No, it was disjointed and lethargic, and that was the start of really that period, to the end of January, beginning of February, just after the transfer window, where we were very, very poor, and that really put paid to us getting the automatic promotion, and almost put paid to us getting into the playoffs. So we're in a different position now, and there's a much more squad cohesion, and we're going to have Ethan Lard coming on, who's going to give Stacey a run. He's looking, if I'm reading correctly, I think he's also looking at another left midfielder and obviously a striking option.
We would agree with that. And check us out in midweek, Tuesday. We've got a live transfer show coming your way on YouTube, 8 p.m. We'll talk more about transfers. We'll reflect on that Laird and James Hill deals that have already gone through. And yeah, let's talk about more players that might be coming in. But I would agree with you, Keith. If we can get a backup for Dom, I just think it's so difficult to do. How do you convince someone to come to Bournemouth in less money's on the table to play second fiddle to Dom Solanke, half second fiddle to Jamal Lowe? It's a position I agree with. I just think that it's going to be really hard to convince someone to come in.
Totally agree. And we're not, we've got, obviously, there's a little bit of money there, but we haven't got a bottomless pit that we could go out and do a Newcastle and get and just pay someone over the odds to get their release clause. No, I think that's going to be an interesting development. Perhaps think a loan might be in order. I know we're linked to Keith Moore, but that looks more like a summer deal than I would say something now, because we will be paying over the odds at the moment.
Loads of transfer talk to come. I'm going to keep you in just as we kick off, as always, Keith, and then I'll let you go away, let you enjoy the game, soak it up. You're going to be with us throughout the afternoon. You'll give us your half-time thoughts potentially, and full-time thoughts as well. We're in our white kit, the one I'm wearing right now. Luton are in an orange Luton kit, and Luton will be. Looks like Bournemouth will kick off. Luton playing from left to right as we look at it on Sky Sports. Bournemouth in the white kit playing from right to left. And it does look like Bournemouth will kick off in just a bit. Tempo for me, Keith. Tempo, good quality on the ball. Can we create chances? We know that Luton had the best of the chances in that first game. But can we get on the front foot and get an early goal?
Yes, I totally agree with you. I wonder if Lewis is going to rather be more of a box-to-box, or he's actually going to play more of a playmaking role in the transition to give us that tempo, give his vision and passing quality, while operating the tight spaces, sort of like what Wiltshire was trying to do with us last season, rather than box-to-box, because obviously he is injury-prone and we've got to look after him, and it's the same with Gav as well.
Definitely. Keith, I'll let you go. We've just kicked off. We're 21 seconds into this first half, and we'll catch up with you later.
Take it easy, Captain.
See you in a bit. Let us know your thoughts throughout the stream. Hit the like button. Can we get to 50 likes this afternoon on this watch along with 38 seconds in? You can sync with us and you can let us know what you think. And also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Can we get to 800 subscribers? That's our next milestone. Leif Davis on the ball down the left, linking up with Jaden Anthony. Jordan Zamora currently away at the AFCON with Zimbabwe. Might not be there for long. They've had 2 losses out of 2, so he might be back very, very soon. Jack Stacey on the ball on the right, linking up with Ryan Christie. Bournemouth getting on the ball early on. Jeff Lerma is playing that holding role. Lloyd Kelly now gets a touch. Dom Solanke, and it almost looks like every Bournemouth player at the moment has had a touch inside the first 1 minute 20 seconds. So good stuff from Bournemouth at the moment, trying to get on the ball, trying to get everyone involved. But the first throw-in of the game does go to Luton Town down the right-hand side, won by Adebayo. He's going to be going up against Lloyd Kelly this afternoon. And also they've got an experienced Cameron Jerome. Scored lots of goals in this league. Goals at home for Adebayo is 8. So be aware of that. Out of the 10 goals he scored this season, he scored 8 at home. So that's an interesting stat. Dom Solanke, as we know, is trying to get to 20. Be a real milestone for him as well. Didn't think he could get there last season, but I did say if he did get to 20 goals, we would reap the rewards. Bournemouth would be likely high in the table with a striker notching 20 goals. We really need to try and add value around the team as well. We know we haven't got Billing today. He's the next highest goal scorer. Anthony's got 6, I think. His movement here from Marcondes off Solanke squares it less. Solanke was outside the box because he played through Marcondes. But good movement there from Emi Marcondes linking with Dom Solanke. First throw in for Bournemouth. Left-hand side. And that's what Marcondes is going to give us. Movement. He'll try and look to go beyond Solanke and link up with Solanke. And it's okay to do it against Yeovil in the National League, but can we do it in the Championship? That's what we're looking from Marcondes today. Showed real experience with his movement last week. Morgan's also joined us. Cameron's also joined us. He's going for a 2-0 away win, correcting that in the chat the right way round. We've got Stephen. How are you? Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Stephen. Really appreciate that. And Stephen's going for a clean sheet as well. 3-0. Some positive score lines this afternoon. Some really positive score lines coming in for the Cherries. And let's hope we can have a positive start. Let us know if you do know this. I would hope to think there's a 1,800 minimum at this game, but do let us know if you know how many Bournemouth fans have gone to the game. It's a tight and compact stadium, Kenilworth Road. Very, very unique. Won't be there for very long. New stadium on its way. Pillars in the way. All those types of things that make it just a unique and historic stadium. So yeah, definitely one for the fans today. Marcondes on the ball in his bright green boots. Definitely looking the part, Marcondes. Lovely white kit. Jeff Lerma getting involved. Jack Stacey on the right with space. Out to Christie. Goes for an overlap. Christie ignores. Plays it back to Lerma. 20 yards out. Central. Marcondes keeps the ball moving. Leif Davis tries to get it back to Marcondes. Ball was on for Anthony. Ignored that one. Anthony closes the ball down. Marcondes chasing from the front. Good pressing from Anthony, and it's a throw into Luton. Apologies, a throw into Bournemouth. Came back off the Luton player. Jeff Lerma back on the ball early in the game. 4 minutes gone. Lewis Cook getting an early touch. Trying to work his way out. Trying to play forward instead of going backwards. He does that. Ryan Christie comes inside. Solanke running off Christie. Keeping the ball moving. Given away, though, by Christie that time. But we're trying to be quick with the ball. And we're trying to keep it moving left to right. Jeff Lerma wins the ball. Keeps the ball. Nutmegs. Cameron Jerome by the looks of it. And Lloyd Kelly's now in possession. Goes back with no other options. Cahill's. And we go back out to the right with Jack Stacey. Lewis Cook, poor touch, given away. Now with Luton, 20 yards out. Adebayor in the box, not offside. Saved by Travers with his feet. Didn't need to worry in the end, just offside. And that's the first chance for Luton that won't count from a statistical point of view because he was just offside. But given away by Lewis Cook in the middle of the park, intercepted by Luton. Cameron Jerome linked up with Adebayor and he took it. Might have been Clark or Jerome that tried to play Adebayor through, but it was offside. Christie now, the other end, quickly gets it out of his feet. First shot on target is for Bournemouth, is for Christie, but a lot of his shots this season been too central, too soft, and that one was just the same. Shea saves that one comfortably. 0-0, 6 minutes gone. In the Championship, early kickoff. Cardiff and Blackburn also playing at a similar time this afternoon. And we'll keep an eye on that fixture as well. Any goals go in, you do let us know. Jaden Anthony popping off the left. Jack Stacey getting on the ball now down the right. Ryan Christie on his left foot. Jack Stacey offering a late overlap. Ball in. Not good enough. The ball in was intercepted by the Luton defender, but poor clearance. Lewis Cook now puts the ball back in. That's overhit. It will go out for a throw-in just by the corner flag. Started 8 of the last 11 games, Lewis Cook. He's been pivotal in the few games that we've got back to winning ways. Played in that 3-0 against Cardiff and was a lot better. And also played in the QPR with Jeff Lerma playing in his usual holding role that is more natural to him. We've definitely seen a difference and we've been able to find a way to get back to winning ways and get 3 points on the table. Long ball by Luton, headed by Leif Davis. Too central though. Back with Luton in control. Down their right-hand side. All the way back. Now with Kelly trying to win the header from a long ball from Luton. Leif Davis gives a clearance as well. Dom Solanke works hard, keeps possession. And back with Leif Davis now on the floor. Keeping the ball moving with Jeff Lerma. Every time Jeff gets it, he was looking for Lewis Cook. Jeff Lerma back on the ball inside the centre of the park. Leif Davis getting early touches. First start for Leif Davis in a long time. Had a good 70 minutes against Swansea. He had a bit of a tough day at Derby. And we haven't seen him much since. But with Samora away, it's an opportunity again for Leif Davis to give us something down that left-hand side. Does give us natural width, natural overlaps. No Robbie Brady today. Picked up an injury in training. No Philip Billing. Also picked up a knock in training. They might be ready next week for Hull City, which is our next game at the Vitality Stadium in the Championship. I'll be there in the North Stand. Live, we'll have a matchday vlog as always. This game though, as we look to go in to the 10th minute, is Luton 0, Bournemouth 0. Lots of touches for Jeff Lerma at the moment. Jaden Anthony, can he have a good performance today? Lloyd Kelly tries to clear it down the line, but kicks it straight out of play. Possession given away. Lots of goals at Kenilworth Road this season. I think it's something like 30, which is absolutely madness. But if you're a neutral, Kenilworth Road seems to be the place to go. We've also got Ethan joining us. How you doing, Ethan? How you doing? Hope you are well. Hope the football's going okay. Appreciate your comments. And our fans do sound loud and proud. I'm sure of that. Great away day. Maybe a bit early, but still a good away day for the Cherries. Kick up the field by the Luton goalkeeper. Both teams going for the header. Ball still in the air. Jeff Lerma battles. And another offside. That's 2 offsides for Luton in this game so far. Both for Adebayo. A player that's come through the Football League is doing very well for them. And you have to think that if Adebayo keeps up his form in this championship season, he might be a punt for a Premier League team. Burnley are looking for strikers. He'll see out the season, I'm sure, at Luton, but a player that's definitely growing. He's got power, he's got strength, he's got goals, and we'll need to keep him quiet today. Marcondes battling for the ball in the air. Luton in control. They go back all the way to the goalkeeper. Marcondes is chasing down Shea. Long. Good header from Lloyd Kelly. Battling with Adebayo. Luton in possession though. Down their right-hand side. Leif Davis looking to close down the cross. Bree has 4 assists for Luton this season. So he'll be looking to get down the right-hand side and whip the balls in. Looking for those strikers. And as we speak, Bree does cross the ball. And cleared by Marcondes. Possession turning over at the moment for Luton. They seem to be having more at the ball. Chance here for Luton. Good block by Jack Stacey. To the left of the goal, 8-10 yards out. Jeff Lerma clears up as well. Long ball up to Solanke, too high. And the good first 8 minutes of us getting on the ball seems to have just faded a little bit. It's gone a little bit direct and diagonal from Luton at the moment, and we're getting caught up in that sort of match. Throw into Luton on the left-hand side. Bell on the ball. Into the Luton striker, gives it away. Intercepted by Lewis Cook, Marcondes. Leif Davis down the left. Inside Bournemouth's half. Jeff Lerma getting on the ball again. Jack Stacey down the right. Christie. Cook to Lerma. Lerma's had a lot of touches. Short passing though. Nothing influential, but getting a lot of touches, helping with that play being switched from left to right, right to left. Jaden Anthony cuts in. Looks for Ryan Christie with a long diagonal. Christie! Great strike! Right foot, low, saved by the goalkeeper Shea. And that's Bournemouth's first real chance. Jaden Anthony off the left. A diagonal, long ball. Christie got behind the Luton fullback. And a right foot, without him letting it bounce. Got a good connection. Not enough power, probably. And the keeper kept it out, but Bournemouth still in possession here with Ryan Christie again. Jack Stacey going for an overlap. Christie tried to feed him, didn't quite make it happen. And that is Bournemouth's first chance in the game. 13 minutes gone, 30 seconds on the clock. And they are showing that chance for Ryan Christie again, probably just onside. No VAR in the Championship. Good movement, good chance. Saved low down. Bournemouth in possession in Luton's half. Jeff Lerma back out to the right. Lewis Cook, Marcondes, Lerma. Triangles going on. Leif Davis cut inside at the moment. Jaden Anthony's out left, looking to get back on his right. Does get back on his right. Marcondes picks it up, 25 yards out. Lewis Cook, good movement here. Jack Stacey is now on the overlap. Poor cross from Jack Stacey. The 5 or 6 passes up to Jack Stacey were good. Good movement. Delivery in that final moment, though, was not good. Goal, though, at Cardiff City. Third, Blackburn Rovers have taken the lead at Cardiff. It's Cardiff 0, Blackburn 1. First goal in the Championship this afternoon. This game is Luton 0, Bournemouth 0. 14 minutes on the clock. Dom Solanke working hard. Battles well. Marcondes, Leif Davis being very proactive going forward at the moment. You can't not pick out Marcondes and those lovely lime or green boots that he's got. Stick a few goals away, Marcondes, and they'll be even nicer. Davis. Captain Lloyd Kelly, permanent captain now. Leif Davis just keeps it in after a poor pass from Cahill, looking for Lloyd Kelly. Misplaced that, but Leif Davis kept it in. Back with Travers. We go back out to the right with Mark, with Jack Stacey now. Space for Lerma. Eyes up. Switch of play. Looking for Anthony off the left. Doesn't win that one. Leif Davis picks up the rebound though. Marcondes dropping deep. Number 11. Looking for options. Solanke goes short. Keeps it just about. Marcondes nearly tackles Solanke, but Solanke keeps the ball. Solanke's not where we need him though after giving the ball. Back in this central position. There's a diagonal one for Christie again. This one wasn't on point. And that seems to be a tactic for Bournemouth today, to look for Ryan Christie off that right side with a diagonal ball. First one from Jaden Anthony was good. The second one with Lloyd Kelly, not so good. But a comfortable game for the Cherries at the moment. Bournemouth only conceded 3 goals in the first half of Championship games. A very, very good stat for the Cherries. Ryan Christie, joint assist maker for Bournemouth. And with that goal previously against Cardiff, can he kick on in that department? Max is also joining us. How you doing, Red Army? Let's go. Let's get the 3 points and let's sit back and watch the rest of the Championship. Morgan saying Stacey needs to get involved a bit more. He's given us some options down that right-hand side. When he's had the ability to cross the ball, it's not been great. Cross here. Chance for Luton. Cleared by Mark Travers. Fisted away. Defended well. A diagonal this time from Luton with men over. Behind Jack Stacey. And another great save from Mark Travers down low. A diagonal ball. It was Naismith that got on the end of it. Half volley. Down low. Travers near post. Got his foot on it and save. So a couple of moments there for Mark Travers. First one was to clear the fisted clearance from a long throw-in. That then was reworked out for a diagonal by Luton. Chested down by Naismith. Tight angle. Got it on target. Mark Travers clears it out for a corner. A defensive corner now for Bournemouth to face. Hit the like button. Also subscribe if you're new to the channel and let us know your thoughts throughout the game. Thanks for joining us on this watch along. Ball in from Luton corner. Fisted again by Mark Travers. Not interested in catching it. Put back in the box by Luton. Back post. Poor control. That's sort of seemed to run out. It's still though in play. Luton. Ball back in the box. Just outside the box now. 30 yards out. A shot from Luton. Not connected with. And that's headed away by Jaden Anthony. Bournemouth under pressure as we go into the 19th minute of this Championship game. And the last 2 minutes, Bournemouth have had to defend well. Mark Travers has had to make a few fisted clearance and a save. Luton looking for a penalty, but then nothing in that. Marcondes coming together with the Luton player. Bournemouth in possession now with Jack Stacey over the halfway line. Ryan Christie trying to link up. Poor pass. Gives it away. Chasing it down to win it back. Jack Stacey does win it back. Ryan Christie now goes for a diagonal. Jaden Anthony trying to pick it up. And it's a free kick. Holding on to Jaden Anthony. We're looking at about 21, 22 yards out. Slightly left of the goal. Jaden Anthony was trying to bring it down. Bree was all over him. It's going to be a Bournemouth free kick. You've got potentially Marcondes to whip in from right to left. Christie would have to go out to in. If he was to take it, Jaden Anthony is also looking over it as well. Jaden Anthony takes a lot of corner set pieces, so it wouldn't be unusual to see Anthony take this, but I reckon Marcondes will want it. He has the ball in his hands. Marcondes is pointing to some players, maybe to stand in front of the wall. This is a real chance for the Cherries. 20 minutes in. 21 yards out, potentially. Can you hit the target? Can you chase the ball in afterwards? Interesting stat. Luton have had 6 defensive clearances off the line this season. That's as many in the Championship for any team. If you shoot, rebound. Here goes Marcondes. It's a good strike. Keeper parries it. Very central. Catches the parry. It was on target. Nowhere near the corner, though. Went sort of up and down a little bit. But easy for the keeper. Just parried it and then recollected it after he parried it. Rebounds, though. Solanke was interested in case he spilled it. Second attempt on goal, though, for the Cherries after 21 minutes. Conditions look good. Very clear now. Early kickoff in the Championship. Jeff Lerma, halfway line. Marcondes. Jaden Anthony looking to link up. Doesn't happen that time. Luton win possession, travelling over halfway now. Down Jack Stacey's side. Oh, well done, Jack Stacey, with that one. Just inside the box, wins it. Jaden Anthony. Poor possession again by Jaden Anthony. That's 2 now. He lost it. Fair play to Anthony, though. He lost it. He won it back. Closed it down. It's out for a Luton throw-in. So Jaden Anthony just needs to improve his possession at the moment. We'll take a look at the stats in just a bit. Chance here for Luton down the left. Crossed. Another save by Mark Travers. This time it was a palm more than a fist, but Luton still have the possession. Ball in by Bree. Cleared by Kelly. Headed clearance by Lewis Cook. Christie can't get it under control. Luton back on the attack because we can't clear our lines. Long shot by Luton. Bit far out. That one was cleared by Cahill. Back with Luton. Recycling possession. Crossed in. This is a chance. Leif Davis gets caught behind his legs, and luckily that is a 3rd offside for Luton in this game. But they are really starting to come into this game. Let's have a look at the stats so far and see how we're getting on. 65% possession to Bournemouth, 35% to Luton. 5 shots in total for Luton. Bournemouth 3. 3 on target for the Cherries. 2 for Luton. The 1 corner kick in this game. 3 offsides for the Hatters. And the 1 big chance, which probably went to Ryan Christie. And Mark Travers has had to come into this game as we get into 23 minutes gone. George says, Travers, what a goalkeeper. Excellent goalkeeper. Still hearing potentially we might be interested in a goalkeeper, maybe as backup, but don't think it will happen. I think we've got enough in Travers, Nyland, and any other academy goalkeepers. But he's really given himself a chance. If we can get promoted this season, there's no reason why Travers can't kick on and be a Premier League goalkeeper for Bournemouth. Was a good chance, Mark. Absolutely right. And Dan's joined us. How you doing, Dan? Come on, the Chesers. So it's an early kickoff. It was quite a positive start from the Cherries on the ball. It's fizzled out a little bit. Luton have come into this game. The one real good chance for Bournemouth was that Ryan Christie effort coming in off the flank. A switch from Jaden Anthony and a right-shotted volley from Christie. And a Marcondes free kick straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. Cardiff City 0, Blackburn 1. Another early kickoff in the Championship today. More games to come at 3 o'clock, including a QPR West Brom. Definitely keep your eyes on that one, especially if we get the win today. An opportunity to maybe a draw. Is a draw a good result for QPR West Brom? Interested to know if we win this game today. Is a draw a best outcome for QPR West Brom? Long kick by Luton. Battled well by Lloyd Kelly. Marcondes in possession. Leif Davis. Not a great ball back to Leif Davis from Marcondes, but Leif Davis does well to get it back to Marcondes. Switch of play now. Out to Jack Stacey. He was having a good game, Jack Stacey. Apart from the final third and his delivery, he's doing well. He's doing well here again as I speak to him. He's now worked out a triangle. It's another chance to cross, a better cross that time. Only Solanke really in the box. A bit too much flight. Keeper comes out and collects, and that was better from Jack Stacey. Maybe needed a bit more pace on it, but Jack Stacey's working hard, defending well. If he can deliver well, and maybe we can get a really good chance out of Jack Stacey. Ex-Luton defender Jack Stacey, returning to one of his old stadiums. Alan says, can't watch the game, you're my lifeline. Fantastic job. No, I really appreciate that. And that's why we do it, Alan. If you can't be at the game, what a better way to get on YouTube in a watch along and still be able to interact with the fans. It's just something that you just never thought you'd be able to do. And I really enjoy you being part of this stream. Guests will be coming at halftime. We'll get thoughts. We want to get your thoughts. 26 minutes gone. And there's a free kick for Luton down Leif Davis's side. They're whipping it in the box now. Good header. And another offside for Luton Town. That's a 4th offside in the game. All to the Hatters. 3 of them were standing offside before it was taken. It wasn't even them that were offside. There was then movement as the cross came in. And there was 2 players, including Adebayo, who were offside. You can see the old-fashioned scoreboard above the stand behind Mark Travers. It's got Hatters 0, Bournemouth 0, and a very, very old Substitutions style scoreboard. Love it. Absolutely love it. Luton in possession, though. They look to play it through. Good tackle by Cahill, trying to thread the ball through between Stacey and Cahill. Adebayo right on the line again. Possession, though, with Bournemouth just inside halfway line. Christie trying to play through someone instead of round them, but keeps possession. Leif Davis coming down the left. He's doing okay as well. Jaden Anthony in possession. Leif Davis gives an overlap. Ignored. Lloyd Kelly gone backwards. Cahill. Jeff Lerma. The Shield. Marcondes. Bit too deep. He was just on the halfway line. He's just flicked it out to Christie. Christie almost held on to it too long. Jack Stacey in possession. Lewis Cook getting involved. Cross from Lewis Cook. Jaden Anthony back post. Cleared by Bree. Ryan Christie. Jack Stacey wins it again. He's doing fantastic at the moment, Jack Stacey. Leif Davis now in possession. Jaden Anthony off the left. Undercut. Underlap by Leif Davis. Back to Leif Davis. They're calling for offside. Header by Marcondes. Not offside. Didn't get a good connection. Cleared by Naismith and Bell, I think. And it's going to be a first Bournemouth corner in this game. Leif Davis was definitely onside. Crossed in. Early corner. Winner here. Ref's given a free kick to the goalkeeper because Marcondes got too close to him. That's what happens in the game nowadays. You can't put pressure on the goalkeeper. And it is a free kick to Luton. Bournemouth trying to be really proactive and really quick on the ball. Quick corners, quick throw-ins. Christie there. Whips it in. Solanke. Ooh. Went for the header. Got a nudge. Goalkeeper wasn't interested in that one. He was more interested in Marcondes then challenging the rebound with the goalkeeper. Game is back in play, though, with a Luton throw-in down Leif Davis's side, not far from the corner flag. Throw-in to Luton. 15 minutes to go in this first half. Short throw-in. Crossed into the box. Back post. Luton! It's saved by Travers. It's rebounded off Lloyd Kelly. For the second time this season, he's conceded an own goal against Luton. Luton 1, Bournemouth 0. Everything to do now. We went for a 2-1 scoreline. A lot of us did. Now we're going to have to come behind to get that scoreline. Marcondes didn't do enough here, actually. It was a throw-in by Luton. Threw it short. Marcondes wasn't close enough to the player. It went back post. It might have been Jerome or Adebayo. I think it was Adebayo. Controlled it back post, shot low, saved left, hit Lloyd Kelly quickly, didn't have much reaction time. And it's an own goal for Lloyd Kelly. A second one this season, a second one against Luton. Luton 1, Cherries 0. How are you feeling in the chat? And that's a 4th goal of the season that the Cherries have conceded in the first half. And that's a Kelly own goal. Not really happy that Marcondes didn't really do enough. George says not good. Anyone who went for a clean sheet, that score prediction has gone. Stevens keeping the faith. Come on, the Cherries. Is it a wake-up call? Did well first 10 minutes. Let Luton get into this game, and they scored plenty of goals at home. Morgan confirming the Kelly own goal. If you want another worrying stat, as we approach 31 minutes, it looks like Luton have only conceded 2 points from winning positions. So we stay positive. We hope that we can get back in to this game. But if Luton take the lead, they don't look like they concede many points. Interesting. Jack Stacey on the ball here, though. Jaden Anthony fronting up the fullback, cutting in from the left, squares it. Solanke tries to get a shot away. He had to turn. He had to twist and get the shot away. As it came into the box, he controlled it with his left back to go, had to twist and get a shot away. It was blocked by Luton. But we're back in possession with Jack Stacey. He had a lot of ball today. Jack Stacey out to Ryan Christie on the right. Overlap. Ignored. Christie cutting in. Trying to get a shot away. Jeff Lerma's outside the box central. 25 yards out. Lewis Cook gets it off Lerma. Now Marcondes. He is inside the box. Poor touch. Oh, poor touch. Then tried to retrieve it. Give a foul away. Referee's given it. 1-0 Luton. And that's another chance for the Cherries gone. He's even said that's my prediction out the window. But he's keeping the faith. Have to. We have to. Replay being shown. Jaden Anthony getting the ball off the left flank. Cutting inside. Direct. Gets it to Solanke. Behind him though. And he had a lot of work to do. Good block in the end. Have to say. Goals in both of the early kickoffs in the Championship. Cardiff 0. Blackburn 1. Luton 1. Cherries 0. First Championship game of the season, of this year, shall I say, in 2022 for the Cherries. Finished 2021 positively with 2 great wins. Need to continue it. Jack Stacey. Cahill. Oh. Shot from Luton from a ridiculously tight angle. Blocked anyway. Jeff Lerma needs to turn out. Cahill's just given away possession without turning out. Ryan Christie does turn out this time and gets it to Lewis Cook. Eventually we get the ball out to the left, which should have happened about 20 seconds earlier. 33 minutes, 55 seconds on the clock. Solanke linking with Leif Davis. Leif Davis header. Marcondes looking for a header. Leif Davis with possession. Marcondes again. Just trying to do the link-ups at the moment. Marcondes working around. He's currently in the box. Solanke's just outside. We've gone backwards though. Lloyd Kelly. Anthony. Goes back to Lloyd Kelly. Going the wrong way. Cahill. Let's go. Let's go forward. Bournemouth has scored 15 times. 2+ goals. There's the bit of hope we needed. Jeff Lerma. Tries to play it into Lewis Cook, and he's given possession away. Lewis Cook on the halfway line. Luton counter-attacking. Adebayo. And it's a long shot. Might have been blocked by Jeff Lerma. Did get a slight deflection. It's gone wide. That's the second time in this first half that Lewis Cook, the ball's come into him. He's not got hold of it. And Luton have counteracted very quickly. Great block by Jeff Lerma in the end. Just right of central outside the box, and a great block from Jeff Lerma. But Lewis Cook needs to use his body better today. Needs to get control of the ball and keep the ball moving. Corner to Luton Town. Comes in. Back post header. Lewis Cook again. And it looks like it's gone in again. Confusion in the box. Bournemouth fans have got their arms up, looking for another offside. Didn't deal with the corner. Lewis Cook looks like he tried to control it on the 6-yard box. Cameron Jerome's been rewarded with the confusion and the mess. It's Luton Town 2, Bournemouth 0. Corner ball comes in. I think it might have been Bree. Headed back post by Luton. I'm trying to see who tried to control it. I think it's Lewis Cook. Why is he trying to control the ball on the 6-yard box? Put your foot through it, son. Tries to control it. Trips over it. He's not offside, to be fair. Marcondes kept him on. Rebounds off about 3 players. Ends up at Adebayo's feet in about 4 yards. Oh, it's Cameron Jerome. Ends up at Cameron Jerome's feet, 4 yards out. He sticks it in under Travers. What a mess. Starts with Lewis Cook. I don't think he's offside. Marcondes plays him on. If you're watching the game, tell me if you think it's different. Lewis Cook clears the ball. Everything's dealt with. We regroup. Now the flag's gone up. Now it's weird. They're showing 2-0 on the scoreline. Scott Parker's trying to calm someone down. They've given an offside. For me, it doesn't look offside. I think Marcondes plays him on. I want another replay, you know. I think Parker's just been booked. It might not be Parker. It might be one of his backroom staff. I think it's a goalkeeper coach. The scoreline's still saying 2-0. I'm sure I saw the linesman with a flag up. Help me in the chat, guys, because I don't think it's off. I genuinely don't think it's off. I need another replay, maybe. I think Marcondes plays him on. Keep the scoreline on the screen as 1-0 for the moment. Jerome's around the referee. He's given offside. He's given offside. That might just be what the Cherries needed. A lifeline. We'll wait to see another replay. I just wonder if Marcondes was playing him on. So much was going on. I was trying to gather as many thoughts together as possible. Lewis Cook is a lucky boy. Lucky, lucky boy. I think the rest of the team panicked because Lewis Cook didn't put his foot through it. A few rebounds and Jerome scored. It's been marked off. Really good game, though. Really, really good game. Let's go again. Let's go again. Game's kicked off. 38 minutes gone. 26 seconds. Luton possession. Jerome, not happy. A goal's been conceded. We are, though, as Cherries. Lloyd Kelly wins possession. We maybe need half time. We may need some Lucasade and a team talk. Yeah, absolutely, Thomas. Absolutely. Same coming your way from Stephen Dyer. Jack is relief. Very, very big question. Very, very good question. He's had not a great game today already. A couple of possession loss inside key areas of the park, and then a really poor decision to try and control the ball when there's about 12 players in the box on your 6-yard box. Yeah, not sure Lewis Cook can turn this around, but let's hope he can. Jack says a similar thing. Alan said, lucky I said lifeline earlier. Absolutely, that was. One 0 behind. George went 1-0 behind. That was an own goal through Lloyd Kelly. Unfortunate. Saved by Travers. Hit him straight away. Had no chance to react. And then a disallowed go. A disallowed goal for Luton Town after Lewis Cook tried to pull and control a ball out of the air in the 6-yard box from a corner. A few shots and a few rebounds later, Cameron Jerome had the ball in the box. Linesman eventually said offside. I'm not sure. Game is continuing though at 1-0 and it is a lifeline for the Cherries. Long diagonal. We're starting to really struggle with Cameron Jerome and Adebayo at the moment. The power that they hold and the movement. Travers says, calm down. Calm down. I think we need half time. A goal before half-time would be nice, but I think we need half-time. Possession given away by Leif Davis. Marcondes wins it back, throw in. And this is going to be a big second half. I want to see this again. It's a... Oh, do you know what? He might be off. I'm going to take it back. I think the linesman's got this right. I think he's got it right. Shot here. I'll come back to that in just a moment. They've just shown another replay of that Cameron Jerome disallowed goal. I think they got it right. And I'm so glad I was wrong. Offside, just. I think if we had VAR lines, I think Cameron Jerome would be slightly offside. Marcondes was in a silly position and nearly played him on. But the right decision looks like it has been made. So that disallowed goal looks to be correct. Thankfully. Luton in possession though. Over halfway line. Thread the ball between Lerma. They've got 4 players. And there's a shot here. There was a disallowed goal. Not this time. Luton 2. Bournemouth 0. And that's a long shot from Campbell. They found Campbell between the lines. Behind Jeff Lerma. He turned. Fronted up. Between Cahill and Kelly. Long shot outside the box. Got a good connection. Down low. Travers couldn't do anything about it. We thought it was 2-0. Definitely is 2-0 now. Luton 2. Bournemouth 0. And I wonder what those Cherries away fans are thinking. Lewis Cook went to the ball. Lerma didn't do much. Campbell picked himself between Lewis Cook and Lerma. Then he shot between Lloyd Kelly and Gary Cahill. That's not great defensively. Hand Campbell, the lad, the shot. Great finish, to be fair. You can only say well done there in that moment. But 2-0. And Scott Parker is going to need to earn his money in about 5 minutes' time. Can Bournemouth get a goal back just before half-time? Ryan Christie on the right. Crosses it. Doesn't get a decent cross. Luton get the ball back, but Lewis Cook wins it back on the halfway line. On all those positive score predictions for the game. Fizzling out. 2-1. That can't happen. Clean sheet. That can't happen. Can the Cherries get a goal before half-time? With a minute and a half left of the 45 before injury time, there might be a little bit. But it is Luton 2, Bournemouth 0. I assume that was before the second goal, Stephen. Get it to half-time, regroup. George, yeah, bring Pearson on for Cook. Wouldn't be surprised. Just bear with me. Jaden Ante on the left. Cuts in off the left onto his right. Jeff Lerma goes for a long shot. Oh, it's just wide. I thought it was in. I was waiting for the net to ripple. It didn't. Jeff Lerma just whipped it. Trying to bring it from out to in. Oh, it almost brushed the post. Oh, I thought it was in. Keeper scrambling to the left. Wasn't in. Jeff Lerma's got his arms on his hips. And it's still Luton 2, Bournemouth 0. Ethan's not happy. Stephen's staying positive. Stay in the chat, Stephen. Stay in the chat. 3 goals in the second half. Well, I thought you were being positive. Not sure on that. Maybe. I know you probably still are, though. Alan definitely is. 3-2. Come on. Make sure you stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We will have a half-time 4-minute break to grab a drink. Stay with us on YouTube. We'll get a half-time reaction from Keith. Maybe from John. See how his signal's doing now. And we'll react to Luton 2, Bournemouth 0. 3 minutes injury time in this first half. We've had 45 minutes and 40 seconds. Scott Parker's chewing his chewing gum. Lots to think about. Maybe a change is required. Jack also staying positive. Going to need you in the chat this second half. An early start for the Cherries. And that away end might be slightly frustrated. I wouldn't say we've been poor today, but I thought we were pretty good first quarter of the first half. But the Luton strikers got themselves in the game, started to cause us a bit of problems. Defensively, the first one was a little bit all over the show. We could have done more on the second one before the shot came in. Chance for Bournemouth. Minute and a half of this first half left. Jaden Anthony on the left. Again, looking to cut in. Marcondes in the box. Leif Davis out wide. No cross coming in yet. Jaden Anthony goes back to Lloyd Kelly. We're still in Luton's half though. Jaden Anthony. 1-2s, triangles. Poor Lewis Cook again. I think Lewis Cook's game may have run out today. It's a shame because Lewis Cook's played well last couple of games as we return to form, but it's not really gone well for him today. 50 seconds left of this first half. Free kick to Bournemouth deep in our half. Leif Davis goes long. Dom Solanke's not had a lot of support. Not even really had any half chances. Cardiff 0, Blackburn 1 in the other earlier kickoff. And half time is upon us. And there it is. Referees had enough of the first half. It is Luton 2, Bournemouth 1. An own goal from Lloyd Kelly and a first goal for Luton in his career for Campbell, I think. And that has made it Luton 2, Bournemouth 0. Some conversations going on between Bournemouth staff and the referee as we walk off, but it is 2-0. We are going to have a slight break, as I said. Don't go anywhere. Stay on here. Let's get halftime reaction very, very soon. Put your thoughts in the comments. We'll show some on the screen. But yeah, we'll be back in about 4 minutes. Stay with us. Okay, it's half time. I know it's a frustrating day so far for the Cherries. Luton 2, Bournemouth 0. But we really would appreciate on Cherries Red Army if you hit that like button, if you're joining us on this watch along, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's get some guests in then. Let's get some half-time reaction. We've got Keithy T. How you doing? You covered up that Bournemouth shirt. I hope it's not because of the performance.
It's a bit chilly, like our performance, isn't it? Oh dear.
And look at this. He's come back with maybe a new Wi-Fi system, but that is a lot clearer, John. That's looking excellent. Yeah, thanks for coming back, John.
Yeah, no problem. Things seem to work themselves out as they tend to with technology somewhat.
That's absolutely fine. So I'll get some of the stats in a moment, guys. Let's just break down that first half. We'll get your thoughts in the comments as well. So let us know how you're feeling. I know some have already trickled through, so I will show them throughout. But let's break it down. Keith, I thought the first 8 to 10 minutes weren't that bad, actually, without being completely clinical or, delivering good balls in the final third. I thought we were moving the ball well. Jeff Lerman was getting lots of touches. We were switching the play. Jack Stacey was working hard. Ryan Christie was ticking off. And there was a point when Ryan Christie had a good chance with his right foot, a diagonal from Jaden Anthony. Good save down low. I think probably just need a little bit more power. But I thought we were okay whilst the game was 0-0.
Yeah, I completely concur with that. We looked in control, but then the game's complexion started to change. But yeah, I thought that was a golden opportunity there. Just not enough power, but a great ball from Anthony to get it out to Christie. But yeah, then the half started to change, didn't it?
John, we almost allowed, I'm not sure if it is allowed, but we sort of let Luton grow in the game, and we always knew that we were going to have power and strength up top. And that first goal wasn't great. I think Marcondes could have done more from the throw in. Then the cross came in. The shot was then saved by Travers and Lloyd Kelly. A second time he's conceded an own goal against Luton, but I think we could have done more before that cross come in. Would you agree?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, just because they have the chance of using a long throw doesn't mean they're going to use it. You need to be well and truly prepared for a short throw. And Marcondes wasn't on top of that enough. But at the same time, I do think as well, I wouldn't say fortune, but I think that the flick on works really well. But then the flick on completely catches out Jack Stacey, who completely loses his man. He anticipates the ball's going to drop, and it gets the flick on, and it completely takes him out of the game. Which leaves Adebayo on his own at the back, who should have scored. But it was a really good save from Travers. And unfortunately, these things happen. It's happened to Lloyd Kelly already against Luton. It happened to Ben Pearson earlier on in the season, where Travers pulls off a great save and it bounces off him basically on the line. Almost any goal that's conceded, you can look at your defence and say they could have done better. And in the end, Luton got the slice of luck for the own goal, but we didn't defend the whole thing well enough.
It was nearly 2-0 then, Keith. I thought it was 2-0. There was a lot going on. That corner, that disallowed goal, I'm not sure what Lewis Cook is thinking when he's trying to control the ball out the air in the 6-yard box. Then, obviously, Marcondes is very deep and nearly plays on Jerome. I think the decision was correct in the end. It looks slightly offside. If we had VAR lines, I think he is slightly off. But that was a let-off, maybe a lifeline. At that time, it was still only 1-0.
Yeah. I've seen those given, so I'm not going to make a comment either way. But the danger signs were always there, and I think we were very fortunate, to be perfectly honest. As I say, I've seen those given, and if it was at our place, I'd be furious. I'd be absolutely furious. So I can understand why Luton fans have obviously been vocal about the linesman, as I'm sure we all heard.
It was, but it was 1-0, John, and some in the chat were going, fine, regroup, let's get in a half-time, let's sort it out. But we're now going in 2-0 down. Talk me through this second goal. I'm looking at it. I think Lewis Cook goes towards the ball. Lerma's caught in no man's land. Campbell's picked up the ball between the lines. Cahill and Lloyd Kelly are like, are you going? Are you going? I know that Championship podcast channels, and you listen to enough, John, they're going to say that's a great finish. But defensively, that ain't great.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an outstanding goal, and for that to be your first goal for Luton is a hell of a screamer to pull off. Mark Travers has got absolutely no chance, but yeah, Lewis Cook I don't think really has. So Lewis Cook I think maybe should have been quicker towards the ball, but he's focused too much on his man. I don't know who should have been marking him. I think it might have been a centre back that was coming out from deep that played that ball in, which is why not enough players are on it. Jefferson Lerma is stood right on Campbell. But as soon as he sees that no one's coming towards the player on the ball, he takes a step forward, and that completely takes him out of the game. He doesn't cut off the passing lane. As soon as Campbell ends up on the ball, Lerma doesn't try hard enough to get back into position there for me at all. And unfortunately, the centre-backs are left with... Cahill's got a man on his right that the ball could go to. Kelly's got a man on his left that the ball can go to. It's a 3-on-2. So the defenders are damned if they do and damned if they don't. And in the end, I think in that situation, I want him taking a shot from there, because you don't want the ball getting past to someone who's in on goal in the 18-yard box. However, you need to be doing well enough as a defence to make sure that the shot doesn't happen and the passes aren't available. So really, I think that was a very poor bit of play defensively. Very well finished from Luton, but it's one ball and then a shot. It's nothing all that special. It's just not good enough defensively from Bournemouth. And since as soon as Luton started coming into the game, our attacking flow disappeared. We were playing far too wide, not getting balls into the box enough, and Luton just took control of the game. And Kelly and Cahill aren't filling me with a lot of confidence against Adebayo at all.
No. Mark says being bullied all over the pitch. I think the last 20, 25, we've really struggled. Let's get some more thoughts in the chat, Philip. Frustrating at the end of that half, see us playing sideways, more sideways, losing possessions when we could have crossed it. Jaden Anthony was cutting in from the right. Alan said, team looks like they've given up. There's more in there from Alan as well. He's saying about Zamora not committing. With Zamora not committing, we should look for a left back. Different conversation.
I would say on that Parker has come out and officially said Anthony and Zamora will be having contract discussions at the end of the season. They don't want to distract them with it during the middle of the season. So given they're both very young, and I'm sure they'll be managed well, I don't think that's an issue at all.
Okay. We've also got Mark saying Solanke isolated again.
Yeah.
Mark Cole saying just got in, not a good result so far. Sammy's joined us on the stream as well. Certainly not going to be 3-1 today, only in FA Cups, remember that. Keith, then we're a few minutes away from the second half. What does Scott Parker do? He's given Marcondes a lifeline today. I know Billing picked up a knock. He got 3 goals against the National League side, but we're not getting him into areas that he got him into last week. What do we do? And I think Lewis Cook, there's a massive question mark over Lewis Cook in this game.
Absolutely. I've been impressed with Campbell, actually, all throughout that half. He seems to have got the measure of Mr. Cook. And we've got to get control of the midfield, and we've got to get someone nearer to Dom, because he's working hard. And we are pressing fairly well, but we're not creating chances. I mean, I'm Leith is obviously a young guy, and he hasn't had a lot of game minutes, but he looks hesitant in putting the ball into the box, whip it long, and Stacey's quality on the other side. Some gilt-edged chances to put a really good low cross in there, but it doesn't reach either Anthony, or it's too far beyond Solanke. So the play in the wide areas isn't particularly great. And I think Cahill's pace is being a bit exposed by their centre forward. So there's all manner of questions that that's going to have to be answered in this second half. Is there an argument to bring on Mepham and go 3 at the back and try and shore it up and get Lerma further up the pitch? And I don't know. It's a tough one, this one, but they're certainly winning the midfield battle.
Definitely. And John, we thought that actually we'd solved the problem. Jeff Lerma going back into his usual position, the reason we bought him those years ago. And now I can potentially see him being pushed back further up the pitch where Tyndall tried to play him. And yes, he has influenced in games in those positions, but I really like him in that holding role. But I'm just trying to see what options we have. It looks like Lowe's warming up on the sidelines, John, but what options do we have to try and get some momentum going?
Well, the issue is that we're just not supporting, as Keith has quite rightly pointed out, and others, that Solanke hasn't been supported well enough. I think Marcondes has taken up some occasionally nice positions, but they've not passed it to him when he's been in them. The problem that we've got at the moment is that we've got Christie, Stacey, and Cook are forming little triangles on the right-hand side and not doing anything with it. We've got Anthony, Marcondes, and Davis, who Davis actually I think is having one of his better games. They're just playing little triangles on the left-hand side and not doing anything with it. Quite a few times we've actually produced nice passes in the middle of the pitch on the wings, shuffled the ball out of the press onto the other side of the pitch, and actually produced a momentum, and then just done nothing with it. And I think part of the reason for that is that one of the 2 8s isn't there supporting Solanke close enough. Solanke's being marked really well, and it's just fizzling out. So the plan, whatever that usually is, just isn't working. And I think that the players maybe aren't as used to Marcondes on the left. They're not combining well enough with him. Obviously, Davis and Zamora are different players. Playing a 4-4-2 is an option, but I think Keith is actually quite right. I think a 3-5-2 would actually work quite nicely in this situation to try and sort of almost man for man at the back. And Lerma isn't necessarily needed in the position that he's in. I think Pearson would actually work better in that situation because we don't need someone to get forward from that spot more so much. We need someone to shore up the midfield from that position. So I could see either Cook or Marcondes sacrificed to get Pearson on and push Lerma further up the pitch. Getting low on would be a good idea. There's a few different ways we could change this up, but it's just not working at the moment. So something needs to change.
There's an argument. Sorry, Keke. There's an argument you could. I know it's not his most effective position. Is take Cook out, put Lowe on the right, and put Christie in, and actually just play with one holding and just trying to get more support, attacking 8s in there, because, as I say, Solanke just looks really isolated. He's working hard, but he can't do it on his own.
Can let you guys go in just a bit. We have just kicked off. We're 45 minutes and 43 seconds, but some really important conversations we had to have about that first half. Final point, John. Marcondes has just gone down. There's a chance here for Jeff Lerma. I think he got caught as he tried to win the header. Just stay with me. Ryan Christie, an overlap from Jack Stacey. Poor pass from Christie. Poor. Jamal Lowe's come on. John, he's come on for Jayden Anthony. Thoughts?
No change of shape. That's a man-for-man change. Lowe I think is better and more used to playing off the left, so that'll be an interesting one. But it doesn't really change that much because Anthony is a right footer on the left that comes inside and likes to do his best work with his right foot. So it's not really changed. I think Anthony has been not great. I think his touch has been poor. His passing has been poor. He's very inconsistent with his passing. He really needs to work on making sure that he's more assured on the ball more often. Had a nice little dribble. Actually took it past someone for the first time in a while and set up Solanke at one point. But we just need to get the ball into the box more. And to do that, you need to get Lowe and Christie inside and supporting Solanke better. And Cook and Marcondes need to support Solanke better as well.
So no change in shape, Keith. Very, very quickly, your thoughts then. How long are we going to kick the can down the road with the same formation and just swapping Anthony and Lowe?
Give it a 10, and then at 60 we've got to make some decisions, because we've got to get back into this game and start to bully their centre mids.
Brilliant, guys. Like to get your thoughts after the game. Win, lose or draw. It's a long way away from winning at the moment, but it's a corner to Bournemouth. We'll let you go. John, thanks for coming back. Great signal, great audio. Well done. See you soon.
Cheers, Johnny.
And Keith, I'll hopefully speak to you after the game as well. Thanks for those half-time
Definitely,
thoughts.
mate. Cheers, mate.
Thank you for everyone currently joining us. Hit the like button. Frustrating day for the Cherries so far. We are 47 minutes and 40 seconds in, but the first corner of this half for Bournemouth. Kelly speaking to Cahill. Lerma's having a word with the ref. We have got Marcondes over the ball. Jayden Anthony's come off, substituted for Jamal Lowe. Shape seems to be the same. Marcondes puts his arm up, switches it in. Poor cross, but Solanke goes near post. Poor control. Out for a cold kick, and things are not improving for the Cherries 3 minutes into the second half. Interesting stat. only scored 1 outside the box this season. And that's correct. Low on for Anthony. Confirmed. Watched the youth game versus Cooper Ironwood week. Looked in good hands for the future. Some good young talent coming through. Like one of our interactive chats was saying earlier, got some contracts that we need to sort out with some of these young players. But yeah, talent coming through, an academy that seems to work and we need to keep moving forward with. In this game though, Luton moving forward, challenged by Jeff Lerma, comes back off the Luton player, goal kick. That was off Jerome, goal kick for Travers. Travers now in a hurry. He was asking the players to calm it down at 0-0. 2-0 down now though. Sunshine is out in Luton. But I'm sure the Cherries fans in the away end are probably feeling a bit cloudy. Short goal kick, not dealt with. Back out for another goal kick. I'm really interested to see what the Cherries can do now. We were all very, very confident, weren't we? Lots of really confident score predictions. I did expect Luton to score today, I'm not going to lie. Didn't expect us to be 2-0 down after 49 minutes though. However, Swansea came back from 3-0 down at Kenilworth Road earlier on in the season to draw 3-3. We take what we can. Anything that can give us a lift. And I've just found one there for anyone who wants to take it. Jeff Lerma, middle of the park. Out to Jack Stacey. Ryan Christie comes off the line. Short. Ball in the box. Back post. Good header. It was between Solanke and Lowe. Good header by the Luton defender. Flicks it over his head. Out for a corner. It was a good delivery. Lowe was just waiting for the mistake. Hands on his head. Was hoping it was going to go over. Didn't. Good defensive header in the end. Luton 2, Bournemouth 0. Own goal by Lloyd Kelly. Campbell with a goal outside the box. Marcondes corner. Solanke goes near post again. Diving header trying to flick it on. Got no connection. Luton dealt with it. Bring it out. Jack Stacey starts to travel down the right-hand side. Chased by Adebayo. Jack Stacey does well. Gets between 2 players. Crosses it. Good header. Marcondes. Bournemouth are back in the game. Header by Marcondes. In front of the Bournemouth fans. 51 minutes gone. It's Luton 2. Bournemouth 1. Marcondes adds to his 3 goals last week with a goal this week in the Championship. Game on. Celebrate in the chat. We'll put it on the screen. Marcondes gives another lifeline to the Cherries in this Championship game. We were looking for a formation change. Parker went for like. Marcondes gives the Cherries a chance. How are you feeling in the chat? Stephen beforehand says 3 goals in 45 minutes. Come on, it can happen. Mark Singleton's cheering. So is Stephen off the back of that first comment. Jack Marcondes, he's magic. Rewarded with a start. Gets another goal. Allen's gone. 1 down. 2 to go. Game on. Just what we needed in this second half. An early goal. And can the boys start to put some momentum together? To be fair to Parker, Jamal Lowe's shown some different movement that Anthony was showing. And Jamal Lowe is on the ball as we speak. To Jeff Lerma. Jack Stacey getting involved again. Might look to shoot. Plays it out to Ryan Christie. Will probably cut in on his left. Travels inside the box. Left. Solanke. Oh, tries to flick it through his legs. Didn't get a good connection. One of those Thierry Henry goals where he flicks it Again, Christie, if he had more momentum on the ball, Solanke would have had to do less with it, but he didn't because there wasn't a lot of power on the cross. Solanke had to then try and do the flick through the legs and energise the ball and try and give it some power. But another chance, and we are looking positive. An assist for Jack Stacey to add to that Marcondes goal. I think the last time we got an assist out of Jack Stacey was at Bristol City when he assisted Jamal Lowe. So Jack Stacey back in with the assists, Marcondes remaining in with the goals. And Bournemouth fans have something to cheer about this afternoon in Luton. Jamal Lowe, it's not taken long to get into this game, working hard. Another throw-in for Bournemouth. This game almost feels like it's in the 78th minute. We're in the 54th. But we're rushing to get the ball. We want to take the throw-in. And this is a good game for Sky Sports right now. Leif Davis, long ball, too high, probably dealt with by the... He spilled it! Oh! The goalkeeper spilled it. It come off his left back and back into his arms. Solanke was there ready to pounce. A big, huge cross from Leif Davis. Had snow on it. Keeper made a hash of it. Bell didn't know much about it. Hit him on the leg. Nearly landed at Solanke's feet. And this is a tide turning in this game. Championship football. We love it. Don't they just? We spoke about it in the preview. They just love conceding goals in second halves. Leif Davis down the left-hand side. Cross it. Solanke trying to control it. Poor first touch. Dealt with by Luton. Bournemouth on the attack at the moment. A lot of energy will be going into this process of what we're trying to output right now. That will catch up with us potentially at some point in this second half. But if we can get level in the game when that happens, I'm sure we'll all take a draw at this point. And where we were at half time, a draw would be a very good result. Gary Cahill. Bournemouth in their white away kit, now shooting left to right as we look at it on Sky Sports. Luton in orange, right to left. Marcondes on the ball. Leif Davis wanted a foul. Referee said play on, you've got the ball. Jamal Lowe gets the ball, wins another corner for the Cherries. Jamal Lowe's doing well. He's working really hard. He's given us a little bit of tempo, you know, Jamal Lowe. Come on, the Jams. Scott Parker looks a little bit happier. Get a goal now. And we'll be level. Corner ball. Marcondes, goal scorer for Bournemouth. Arm goes up. Crosses in for the corner. Lerma goes for it. Oh, it's hit the bar. Oh, double hit the bar. Goalkeeper got a little touch on it. Hit the top of the bar. Went up in the air, hit the bar and went behind. Even the net. Keeper got something on it. Not a lot. Wow. Lerma getting involved just inside the 6-yard box. Oh, yeah, he did. Got fingertips on it. Bar, and behind for another corner. Gary O'Neill. He gave it a bit of a head. Marcondes again. This time it goes long. And this time the referee gives a foul against Lerma on the penalty spot for grabbing or pushing. And that's relief pressure for Luton. Unfortunately, this was a good spell for Bournemouth. Really good spell. We need to keep this up. No more errors today. Can we keep this up? In the other game in the Championship, early kickoff is Cardiff 0, Blackburn 1. Alex Hall's also joined us on this live watch along. Dom Solanke, 2 goals from 20. And Alex is arguably one of his biggest fans. And he'll be a proud supporter once he gets to that target. Can he get closer today? Maybe we'll need another goal to get a result in this game at least. Thanks for joining us, Alex. Hope you're doing well. Check out Alex Hall on YouTube as well. Alex Hall Music. He's a great musician, great supporter of the Cherries. Check him out on Instagram as well. Doing some great stuff in London, I think. Yeah, we thought he'd come back to form, Stephen. Had that great chance in the first half with his right foot and that diagonal from Jaden Anthony, cutting a lot off the right-hand side. Jack Stacey overlapping a lot, but always looking to cut off and coming on his left. Had a good diagonal ball trying to pick out Jamal Lowe in the second half. Not completely perfect from his short play. Some of those overlaps in the second half, he tried to play he's tried to play Stacey in, and he's overcooked it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So we need Ryan Christie to be on it, because when Ryan Christie's on it, we have a player that's capable of playing in the Premier League. Look at his stats. I know he's played in the SPL, but he does score goals. He does score assists, and we've seen earlier on in the season that assist for Billing, flicking it over. Not many players can see that. That's natural talent. So we really do need to get Ryan Christie on this. Match stats for the second half so far is 3 shots for Bournemouth, 0 for Luton. We really are on the front foot, and we've come out with a good positive attitude. No worries, Alex. Catch up you soon, mate. Goal scorer for Luton in their first substitution. Alan Campbell's going off for Nye Dimma, who is someone that they speak about a lot. I was listening to podcasts and Oak Road Hatter as well. Check them out. They did a preview of us. They speak very highly of this lad, Luton, a youngster. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he'll bring for Luton. They've definitely made a change. They're not happy with the first 15 minutes, and maybe they want to regain some impetus in the match. There's another player down for Luton at the moment, so that substitution's been made. There might be another one coming for Luton. I'm not sure who's gone down. It might be Bree. We should be feeling more positive, guys, in the chat. We've got 30 minutes to equalise and maybe, somehow find a winner. Make sure you hit that like button. We just got a break in play at the moment. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We went past 750 because you're all legends. Let's keep going. If we get to the Premier League, it's a long way away, a lot of hard work. But if we could take Cherries Red Army into the Premier League with as many subscribers, we can really, really push on. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. Alex just asking in the chat how we're getting on, just tuning in. So we did all right first 8-10 minutes. Christie had a very good chance from a Jaden Anthony assist, but the goalkeeper saved down low on that one, Alex. And then Luton grew into the game with their firepower up top, their strength and power. Adebayo and Cameron Jerome started to work their way into the match. They took the first goal, an own goal from Lloyd Kelly. Defensively, we could have done more, which is what happens in a lot of cases, to be fair. And then a disallowed goal for Luton, which was the correct decision in the end. And then they scored the second through Campbell just before half-time. And again, defensively, before it got to Campbell, we could have definitely done more. But we've come out second half. Jamal Lowe's come on for Jaden Anthony. One change for Bournemouth at the moment. We've got in this game, we've got some pace going forward. Jamal Lowe's been very, very good. And Marcondes added to his 3 goals from last week with a header and an assist from Jack Stacey. 62 minutes gone. Luton kick the ball up high. Adebayo uses his strength to win it. Lerma, though, takes it off Adebayo. Travels space to run into for Lerma. Getting closer to the goal. Looks to switch it right. Gives it away. Got us up the pitch 20 yards. And now we're defending as they counter-attack. Down the left for Luton. Cross. Lloyd Kelly nearly fell over. Just about kept his balance. Got something on it. But he gave away a corner for Luton. 63 minutes and 10 seconds gone in this game. We're going to react to this full-time result, win, lose or draw, with guests. So make sure you stay with us, give us your full-time reaction. We'll take a look at that league table. And as always, together, anything is possible. A Cherries motto. I reckon this change is coming for Luton. So this will be a second substitution. Make sure you share Cherries Red Army as well on all platforms as well. You know, you might see it on Twitter or Instagram, but share it with friends and let people know about it. If you enjoy it and you think other people will enjoy the Bournemouth content, share, and that's another way to help us continue to grow. So a second change here for Luton. Burke is going off for Osso, if I've said that right. Corner to Luton. Zonal marking by the Cherries. Ball comes in. Marcondes was battling and just did enough in the end. Leif Davis wins it out wide, goes out for a throw-in. Counter-attack here from Bournemouth off the back of the corner. Have just stopped that counter-attack and allowed Luton to regroup. Lloyd Kelly's on the ball. Leif Davis. Big 25 minutes plus injury time coming up for the Cherries. We're going to need to work hard. Solanke working hard. Oh, defended well by Luton on that occasion. Looking at the replay as the ball come in, Marcondes and Bradley were working to win the ball. Bradley wants a penalty. Marcondes did enough defensively to see it out. Chance here for Luton though, down the other end. Crossed, Cahill, probably a goal kick. Blocked the cross, hit back off Adebayo. Mark Travers wants the ball. He's gone after it. Looks like it's still Cardiff 0, Blackburn 1 in the other championship game. Lerma. Jack Stacey from the right. Ryan Christie back to goal in our half. Keeping the ball. Lewis Cook. To be fair to Lewis Cook, he's kept it simple this half. There were maybe calls for him to go off at half-time, but he's kept it simple. Low. Leif Davis right on the touchline. The Luton defenders saying it's gone out and just stopped playing. Leif Davis kept continuing, kept the ball. Jeff Lerma. Jack Stacey tucked in off the right. Ryan Christie always looking for that link up. Jack Stacey tucked in off the right still. Just about kept the play. Ryan Christie goes for a long pass to Solanke. Wasn't on point, given away. Who's winning it back? Trying to win it back. Pressing. It's Ryan Christie. He did give it away. He's won it back though. This could be a free kick to the Cherries. To the edge of the area. To the right on Ryan Christie's side. We're looking at about 20 yards out here. Marcondes has gone over to it. It's gone for a short one. Referee's having none of it. And it's back for a direct free kick. Although poor from Christie initially, great work rate to go and win it back. We've got to give it to him on that one. Marcondes and Christie are over this ball. There's two options. Marcondes could take it, but likely he'd probably need to go for the goalkeeper's near post. Or Christie could whip this for the far post with players running across the ball. You either get a connection or sometimes you get nothing at all, but the keeper's focusing on players running across that ends up going in anyway. That's what we're looking for. A good delivery. Christie looks like he wants it. Eyes on it. 67 minutes. Christie goes for the back post and it was headed near the back post off the line to a point by Bradley, I think. And we just needed a Bournemouth player chasing it in and we weren't really doing that. As I said to you beforehand, 6 clearances off the line defensively by Luton this season. They clearly put bodies on that line. 68 minutes gone And we have a corner. Marcondes headed out by Luton with that aerial height that they have. Jack Stacey tucked in again, looks for a cross. Jeff Lerma working hard. Jamal Lowe. Marcondes whips it back in to back post. Keeper's got this one. Too high, too close to the goalkeeper. Was coming out to in and was always going to favour Shea in the end. Goalkeeper's hobbling a bit. Time wasting, not sure, maybe. Marcondes it's got that whipped quality. It's got great quality in that right foot of his, but too close to the goalkeeper on that occasion. We go on in search of an equaliser in this game. Can Dom Solanke provide it? Can we give him some quality in this game, these final 20 minutes? Lloyd Kelly's working hard. Adebayo. It's been a nightmare for the Cherries since about the 20th minute. Luton in possession. Long ball down the line. Jack Stacey wins the header. Lewis Cook on the ball. Can he make up for some of his display today? Tries to feed Solanke. Kicked out for a throw-in. Luton defender tried to let it run out initially, but it didn't run out. The ball sort of just held up, so he just kicked it out with Solanke chasing him down. Jack Stacey now. In this second half, Bournemouth have had 12 crosses versus Luton's 1. Possession will be on our side again. Chances are on our side. We just need to find that second goal in this game. Throw in for Stacey. Solanke holds it up, gives it away. Not been Dom's day today. Not had the support again that he requires. And the ball's gone all the way back to Mark Travers. How are you feeling in the chat? 20 minutes to go. Do we feel the Cherries can get back into this game? Can we grab at least a point from 2-0 down? Jeff Lerma gives the ball away again, but chasing it down to win it back. No foul, Jeff. No foul. Doesn't foul. Luton keep possession, though. Ryan Christie pressing. Now we're having to work hard to win the ball back. That's going to be sucking the energy out of the team. Leif Davis intercepts. Travels on, though. 20 yards. 30 yards. He's getting close to the goal. Cross. Behind Solanke. Ryan Christie, though, kept it in right foot. Too close to the goalkeeper. Was running out of space. Was worried about hitting the boardings. Great play from Leif Davis to start with. Intercepted the ball, took it on 30 yards. That's what we want from Leif Davis. That's the Zamora type play that we miss. But the quality, just not on point. Dom Solanke ran ahead of the ball. Christie come from the back post. But when he tried to keep it in, it was on his weaker foot. And he ended up kicking it straight to the goalkeeper. Alan's staying confident. It's gonna come. Trust in Dom. Can we give him one good chance? George says nervous. It's better, but not sure. It's amazing how football happens, isn't it? Start the game, 12:30, all confident, clean sheet, scoring goals. 71 minutes later, 2-1 down. And we're battling hard to dig a point, at least in the Championship. Jamal Lowe working hard. Well done, Jamal Lowe. Does work hard, does win the ball in our own half. Unfortunately, goes and gives it away. Luton in possession. Slipped as he kicked it. Cahill wins the header. Gives it away again, though. Lewis Cook trying to win the ball back. Luton will get to the stage very soon where they'll try and suck time out of the game. But they are in the box here. Just turned. Ryan Christie crossed it. Headed by Cahill. Marcondes picks up the scraps. Doesn't think about doing a Lewis Cook and controlling it in the box. Just clears it to the halfway line. Out for a Luton throw-in. Christie got turned in circles there inside the box. Cross came in. Good header. Luton player came in from the back post trying to control it. Miscontrolled it. Marcondes said not having any of it. Bournemouth with Jack Stacey. I think Jack Stacey's had a good game today. a lot better game today. I think he's done well defensively as well. Marcondes, short. Too short. Lloyd Kelly just clears it. Didn't have much to do. Luton now growing into the game again, just like in the first half. We're at 73 minutes and 25 seconds and Luton are starting to get on the ball. Solanke is chasing down Shea, the goalkeeper. He goes long. Cahill looks to win the ball, doesn't win the ball. Kelly clears up. Travers keeps it short with Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly and Cahill the wrong way round at the moment. Kelly's on the right-hand side of the centre-back partnership. Cahill's on the left. Lewis Cook's just given the ball away again. Short with his back to goal. Shot here. Straight at the goalkeeper. And after speaking so well of Lewis Cook, maybe the ball into him wasn't great. But it's another time that Lewis Cook has had the ball to feet and given it away with either a poor control or poor pass. 16 minutes to go in this game. 3 o'clock's coming. QPR against West Brom will be one to keep an eye on, but we need to deal with our own business first. Solanke. Down the left. Not in the box. Leif Davis puts the ball in the box. And Solanke is nowhere near the box. I'm going to put the ball in the box. You need a striker in the box. Our fullbacks are doing as much as they can going forward. Solanke done well to hold the ball up. Gave to Leif Davis, but there was no urgency to go and get in the box. Luton on the ball. Stacey does well to defend it. Clears it up top. Solanke's got the defender to deal with. Doesn't deal with it. That might be offside. Linesman does put his flag up. Offside again from Luton. They've had many of them this afternoon. Actually, that one probably didn't look offside in fairness. But we'll take it. He was offside, came back, but when the pass was made, he looked like he was on. Another change for the Cherries coming on is Morgan Rogers for Lewis Cook. So another wide player. So this could be potentially 4-4-2. This could be a diamond. Will Jamal Lowe go up with Dom? Looks like Jamal Lowe's gone right. So Christie may have come in and be playing alongside Marcondes. And Rogers, what a time for Rogers to really have a say in his Bournemouth loan career. Jeff Lerma here, tries to play it in, doesn't quite happen. Marcondes battling for it. It's gone through to the goalkeeper. Let's just reflect on Morgan Rogers. So there's a lot of people saying, including ourselves, that maybe it's just come too soon, this loan for Morgan Rogers. Maybe he needs to go back down into League Two and League One. He had a good spell at Lincoln City. He's come to Bournemouth. He's played a lot of football off the bench, generally when we're either winning or we're chasing a game. So it makes it difficult for a winger to be able to get into games and get spaces and gaps to work with. So we can appreciate that. He had a game at Norwich. Obviously, he started against Peterborough. Didn't really do much that day. He had that one chance close with the goalkeeper that the keeper saved. And then obviously he played at Yeovil and really struggled against Yeovil. Everything he did was predictable. His passing was not great. His control was off. So, you know, maybe it's time. And as we speak, Christie gets Jamal Lowe down the right. Stacey's making a run. Jamal Lowe still keeps going. It's in! It's in! I'll tell you who scored. Morgan Rogers. 2-2. I was just speaking about him. Could he have a say in this game? He's just had a say in this game. Maybe he's just saying, I'm a Bournemouth player right now, and I'm going to show you what I can do. He's got on the end of a cross from Jamal Lowe. Rogers has equalised. Bournemouth are back in this game somehow. Luton 2, Bournemouth 2. How are you feeling in the chat? Jack Stacey offered an overlap. Jamal Lowe didn't want any of it. Just cut alongside the defender, squared it across the floor. Rogers had come off the left-hand side. Hit it. Keeper got a touch to it off the underside of the bar and in. Morgan Rogers has got smiles. The Cherries fans are smiling. And this is maybe a chance for Rogers to have his say. And Bournemouth, we're now at least got a point if this score stays the same. And what a 30 minutes can do in the Championship. What a league. What a league. This is first goal for Bournemouth for Morgan Rogers, straight off the bench. And we're on the attack again. Space. Jeff Lerma's going into it. 3-on-3 for 4-on-3. I held on to it for too long. Jamal Lowe made a run by the side of him. Solanke's come wide. They've got players back in position. We're still in control. Ryan Christie outside the box. I tell you who's picked out again. Morgan Rogers has a header. Does it come off the defender? No, it didn't. Out for a goal kick. Loads of space for Jefferson Lerma on a counter-attack. We had 3-on-3. At one point, we almost had 4-on-3. Lerma didn't make the pass. That enabled them just to get a foot in and get players back. 79 minutes gone. And Luton again this season at home have let the lead go. They let a 3-0 lead go against Swansea. Today, they've let a 2-0 lead goal go. And there's goals at Kenilworth Road again. Another 4 to add to the 30 that's already been there. Get your reactions coming up. Mark Cole. Morgan Rogers. About time. Stephen. Great being a Cherries fan. Ethan is buzzing as well. Badger and the Bournemouth. What comeback? Never in doubt. Cameron says, come on, Bournemouth. And the jokes will start. And Alan says, can Dom seal the deal? Can we make a dramatic comeback? Cardiff City 0, Blackburn 1. Still the latest score in the Championship in the other early kickoff. Don't go anywhere after this game. We're going to react to this full-time result. It's currently 2-2, 81 minutes gone. The Cherries are defending a free kick into the box. It's a strike from Luton. It was headed up in the air, offside. I tell you what, but for the 15th time today, potentially, it's another offside for Luton. So the Cherries have got 8 minutes plus injury time to take a point out of a not very good first half, or now push on for 3. Final change for Luton. Cameron Jerome is coming off for Henry Lansbury, once of Arsenal and Nottingham Forest, potentially Villa as well. He's come off the bench for Cameron Jerome. More of a playmaker than a striker or anything like that, what Cameron Jerome is, but someone that potentially will try and get on the ball for Luton and get them some control. Morgan Rogers trying to link with Leif Davis. Not quite there. Poor ball from Leif Davis, to be fair. Won by Christie, though, who's now playing inside the billing role, really. And Morgan Rogers is got something in the engine at the moment. That goal's given him a lift. He's just closed down the right-hand side, which has allowed Luton to go have a throw-in, but for Bournemouth not be under pressure. And what has this goal done for Morgan Rogers? It's like a confidence lift. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We really appreciate everyone who has joined us on this YouTube watch along. Can't be at the game, This is another way for you to interact with fans. And what a game it's been, not just for the neutral, but for both teams as well. So Luton free kick inside Bournemouth's half. We will have to defend this again. Jack Stacey just give away this one. He's had a good game today, Jack Stacey. Worked hard. Lots of running from Jack Stacey. And Jamal Lowe has come into this game. He's got an assist. And he's made the difference. Ball in the box from Luton, cleared by Jeff Lerma, and the second clearance by Dom Solanke. Jamal Lowe is closing down the Luton players. They go back to the goalkeeper. Jack Stacey wins the header. Well done, Jack Stacey. Looking for another offside. Not this time. Luton in a hurry as well. They maybe want the free. You think they would have maybe taken a point at the start of the day. Bradley. With possession in Luton's half. Luton go long. Direct. Too much. Can he keep it in? No. So throw into Bournemouth down Leif Davis's side. Right near the corner flag. Pinned in. Can we keep control of possession but keep the ball? Morgan Rogers now working hard again. Goes back to the Luton goalkeeper. The press is on. Kicked high. This is straight through. He's onside. Saved by Travers. Big hand. Travers wants a handball as he controlled it, the Luton player. It was Clark. It was a long kick from Shea. The Bournemouth defence had pushed right up nearly to the halfway line. Clark had sort of run off Lloyd Kelly. Controlled it. Travers wants a handball. Shot just outside the box. Had curve on it. Travers hands it over. And it's a Luton corner. Good save by Travers. At him, but still had to be alert. Good hand. Corner ball for Luton. Can Cherries defend it? Headed back post! Oh, headed back towards goal. Still in play. Offside. Shock. Shock for Luton there. That was a chance for Luton. Corner ball, back post, headed back to where it came from. And fortunately, a Luton striker could not get on the end of it. And then when it went back towards the corner kick taker, he was in an offside position. Tense times for Cherries. This is up for the grabs for both teams. It was a big header from Bradley back post. And the game's gone a bit scrappy for Bournemouth at the moment. Giving away possession again from a goal kick. Leif Davis defends well. 86 minutes, 20 seconds gone. How to watch live. It's the only way to do it. And what a save from Mark Travers. Made a few this game. Made some good ones in the first half as well, did Mark Travers. Offside again for Luton. I think I know what they're going to be working on in the training ground next week. But that is another offside in this game. Can Bournemouth find the winner? We just find out how many offsides they've had. 10 offsides for Luton in this game. And a stat coming up on the screen at the moment is that Luton have scored 4 goals in 90 plus minutes. Just something to think about. But as Bournemouth, we've come back. We scored those 2 goals again. That's 16 times this season that Bournemouth has scored 2 goals in a championship match. And Luton have conceded goals in the second half, just like they did against Swansea from a winning lead. Luton in possession, though. They've come back into this game in the last 10 minutes again. We were brilliant first 20 minutes of the second half. Got 2 minutes to go before the 90 is up. We may have about 3 or 4 minutes of injury time added on. Luton in possession down Jack Stacey's side. Christie's working hard to defend it. Rest given a free kick. Not sure. I think he used his body well. Christie's not happy. And yellow carded as well for asking the question. Not sure about that one. It's going to be another free kick for Luton then. Down the left-hand side, it will go into the box for sure. We're going to have to defend it as best as we can. And if we defend it well, we might even get a counter-attack on. Luton have currently got a player down with cramp. I think they've used all their substitutions. Might be Adebayo. And this cross will be coming in very, very soon. Bournemouth in white, Luton in orange. Both teams going for 3 points in this game. Crossed in. Defended well in the end. Morgan Rogers keeps it. Christie goes long. And we're looking to break. Oh, it's well defended by the Luton defender. He had 2 Bournemouth players either side of him. He controlled it down. And both of the Bournemouth players run ahead of him. That was well done, actually, by the Luton player there. Game goes on. Luton with the ball down the right-hand side. In possession, Luton. Diagonal switch to Jack Stacey's side. Luton have still got the ball. In the box now. Cahill defending. Still looking to put the ball in the box. Comes off the side. Well blocked by Jamal Lowe. Solanke's trying to win it. Christie. Oh, the counter-attack was on and it was poor play by Ryan Christie. Trying to get it to Dom. We had 4 players involved on the counter-attack again. Not many defenders back for Luton. They're not sitting on this draw. They want it as much as we do. Jamal Lowe, good play. No free kick for Bournemouth. This game is end-to-end at the moment. Back to the goalkeeper. 6 minutes injury time added. Mark also agreeing that was not a foul by Ryan Christie. And as we speak, Ryan Christie's on the ball. Goes back to Mark Travers. 6 minutes injury time. We're at 90 minutes and 31 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Make sure you get match reaction. We'll try and go live to Kenilworth Road if we can. Keithy T should hopefully be joining us. John Spark will join us. We'll react to an enthralling second half where the Cherries have somehow got themselves back into this championship match from 2-0 down. Luton in possession. Inside Bournemouth's half, looking to play it through to Adebayo. Leif Davis intercepts. He's done well as well today. Goes for a diagonal and the switch is on. He's trying to get Morgan Rogers involved again. Inside the area. Oh, and that time he didn't get the control. Stuff we've sort of struggled with before when we've said that Morgan Rogers doesn't get it out of his feet and he doesn't get the control on. And that was another moment there. It's the best we've seen out of Morgan Rogers since he signed for the Cherries. And that was a positive moment that he got inside the box. Solanke was running in the box. But they're not always going to come off. Always. Low. Rogers keeps the ball. Jeff Lerma. Going out this way. Jack Stacey. Jamal Lowe. Made a difference when he came off the bench. In his blue boots. Ryan Christie's now playing inside. Jefferson Lerma still in that holding role. Christie on the ball. Can we get a bit of quality from him? Jamal Lowe. Jack Stacey is tucked inside. Here he is. Jamal Lowe finds him. Christie. Keep ball for Bournemouth. Christie down the right. On his right. And that's a corner. Not a corner. Jack Stacey's not happy. Christie's not happy. Looked like the Luton player just tackled Christie and maybe the linesman saying that it come off Christie's foot. Frustrating. 2-2. Corner. Should have been a corner. Came off the Luton defender. That's a poor decision. 3 minutes to go in this game. Is it? Is it maybe? Can he do it? Not really had any real chances today, has he? Quarter chances at best. Worked hard as always, though. Christie on the ball. Jack Stacey down the right. Tries to play the ball down the line. Falls over as he kicks it. Christie's very frustrated at the moment. We'll get your man the match at the end of the game. Ryan Christie's just been given the man a match by Sky Sports. Looks like it's finished at Cardiff. Cardiff 0, Blackburn 1. So they continue their good form this season with another 3 points. They were in third at the start of the day. We have got just under 2 minutes left of injury time of the 6 that was put up. This game, we were asking for goals. We got goals, 2 for each team. Mark Travers' goal kick. Can the Cherries, can we just find one more good chance to take all 3 points in this early kickoff? Luton throw in. Just over a minute to go. Bell has it in Bournemouth's half. Down the left. A long throw potentially. Goes short in the end. Ball comes in the box. Jefferson Lerma deals with it. 50 seconds. Nathan Jones grabs it. Wants it to play. Luton in possession. Outright. Leif Davis does well. Still doesn't get the ball fully though. Ball in the box by Luton. Back post. Over the head fortunately. Jamal Lowe deals with it. He's trying to keep it in play. Doesn't keep it in play. We've got 30 seconds left and this looks like it's heading towards a draw. But 45 minutes ago we would have snapped your hands off. 100%. Luton throw in. Final chance potentially in the game. Crossed in the box. Back post. Just over the top. Still not gone away though. Still dealing with it. Another cross in the box. Shot blocked by Ryan Christie. 96 is up. Referee's still playing. It's down the right. Now again in the box. And again cleared by Bournemouth. It's outside the box. Shot by Luton. No, he's dummied the shot. And Luton have just taken the winner. It's gone in through Bradley, I think. It's Luton 3, Bournemouth 2. 96 had gone. We were panicking in the box trying to clear it. Didn't clear it enough. Bradley dummied the first shot, I think, or it might have been Naismith. Naismith dummied the first shot. Left shot. Went through everyone down to the left. And we've just lost a point. The hard work and getting back in the game looks to be over. It's another shot outside the box that from a technical point of view, you have to say, great finish. And that is it. That is full time. Do stay with us. We'll get match reaction, maybe go live to Kenilworth Road. We were hoping to steal all 3 points. In the end, we got done. Last kick of the ball. Let's take a look. Showing 97 minutes in the stats. And there we have it. Okay, guys. Well, I mean, if you want to let us know your man of the match, we've got match reaction to come. Let's just quickly take a look at some of those stats, and we'll get some match reaction from our guests. Bournemouth, first game of the Championship in 2022, and we go back to losing in the Championship after getting those wins at the end of 2021. But it has gone the way of Luton. And those Cherries fans will be disappointed. It's 65% possession to Bournemouth to 35% to Luton. In total shots of the game, 15 to Luton, 12 to the Cherries, 6 on target for Bournemouth, 7 on target for Luton. And one of those on target was that final goal in the game. Corner kicks were on Bournemouth sides. Lots of offsides for Luton, 10 to Bournemouth 1. Dominated possession overall. Defensively, we didn't do enough to try and give ourselves a better chance of winning this game. Let us know your man of the match. Let's just get to the chat. Let's just see some of your thoughts, shall we? Let's see how you're feeling. As that went in, we've got Max with the tears. Ethan, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. Whole next week, absolutely. An opportunity to get back to winning ways. Morgan, frustrated. Sucker Punch played so well in the second half. Stay with us though. Don't go away. We've got Keithy T backstage. Let's see what he thinks of that second half and that final blow. We'll take a look at that Championship table and see what can happen later this afternoon with those 3 o'clock kickoffs. Where could Bournemouth be come 5 o'clock? We're going to react to it. We may even go live to Kenilworth Road as well. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. We've really enjoyed it with you. Stay with us for about another 15 minutes. And we'll get some of our guests on. Let's do it. Oh, Keithy T. We'll go through it. We'll look at that second half. And we worked so hard. And in the end, 96 and something. Naismith sticks it away. And do you know what? In the preview, when I spoke to Oak Road Hatter, they said, watch out for Naismith. He's one of our players that we rely on. Yeah, how you feeling, Keith?
That's a sickener, isn't it? We did so well second half. But, you know, it's the Championship. It's the cliche. And, they'll probably think that rights are wrong earlier on, but we were holding on in the last 5 in the extra time anyway. So it's one of those. It's one of those.
John, let's get your raw reaction then. We'll take a look at those some key moments in a moment. We'll go back, but as that 97th minute went in, how are you feeling?
Sorry if my connection's gone bad again. I think it's dropped down a little bit. But I kind of wish I'd tweeted this out because it would have looked like a bit of a Nostradamus, but I was a second away from tapping. After that second goal, Bournemouth looked like the players had completely drained of energy. They put so much into that second half, and there were chances to counter an attack in the last 7 or so minutes of that half, but they didn't seem to be really going at it. Like even Jamal Lowe, who'd only played a half, he looked like he was barely moving fast enough going forward after that goal went in. And if anyone was going to score, it was going to be Luton. As soon as we got that second goal, I thought it might have been a bit more even for the extra time, but we were just holding on, and it didn't look good. Scrambled the ball away near the end of that sort of bit, and I thought we sort of dealt with it, but Naismith did really well to dummy it past Lerma. And it's a hell of a finish. I can't really blame any of the players for that goal being conceded because it really was a hell of a goal. And as for how Bournemouth played, could have done that in the first half, couldn't we? But I think the Jamal Lowe substitution actually looked quite early on to be a really good one in terms of, I think he looked like he was coming a lot more inside than Anthony. We know Anthony likes to put the ball up on the wing and drift inside, whereas Jamal Lowe wants to be more sort of focused on play. And then bring on Morgan Rogers. As soon as I saw that, it wasn't necessarily the player. It was interesting to see that I thought we would shift to a 4-4-2, but no, it was Lowe was pulled to the right, Rogers was put on the left, and Christie was put into midfield. And I thought I thought that was an interesting change because I thought Lowe had done quite well on the left. But then within a minute, we got the second goal with Marcondes, a great pass, Christie doing well for the time, wonderful dribble from Lowe, and a great finish from Rodgers. So it all looked good, and then we just couldn't quite hold on. I mean, I would have been delighted with a point before the game. I think I would have been happy with a point. You could say Fulham went there and only drew 1-1. I think Luton are a much better side than their league position says, but to concede at the end, yeah, that is a sickener. But I would hope that they will take a lot of positives from the second half performance.
Let's take a look at that second half again. You've picked out a few of those moments, John. But Keith, Jamal Lowe came on, no formation shape change. But what he did bring was energy, and he was working hard, and that got us on the ball. And we started to be a little bit more positive going forwards. And Marcondes, he replaced Billing today. He got 3 last week. It was good work down that right-hand side, wasn't it? And Jack Stacey, I don't think he's got an assist since Bristol City. He whipped it in, Marcondes header, and that gave us hope, didn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, all the second string guys. I thought Leif Davis had a good game. I thought Marcondes, crucial goal, and good to see Stacey actually putting a bit of quality in there. And I thought Morgan Rodgers, delighted for his goal, but he gave a bit of energy as well. And I thought this game on, and then obviously we started to hang on as the game came to an end. But there are a little bit of concerns. I think we were talking about it at half time. Lewis Cook just doesn't seem to know how he wants to play, and I thought Cahill looked tired today. He looked. He was given all sorts of bother by their centre forwards as well. So, it's an interesting time, and but I'm delighted that the second string is actually showing a little bit of quality. And is there an argument to say that Anthony doesn't play as well without Zamora, and that Ryan Lowe might be the player to go in there if either Billing or Zamora isn't playing? Because I've seen that several times now. If he's not playing with his partner, he doesn't look as interested as he does with Zamora. Certainly with Zamora playing or with Billing playing.
Let's try and take some positives out of this, John, as you said, and someone that come off the bench, and I did say it in the watch along before he came on, actually, is that we were doing so much work that we may pay for it later on in the game because we were exhausting so much energy trying to chase the game. But a 2-1 Morgan Rodgers comes off the bench. We know that there's a lot of criticism for Morgan Rodgers. It's nothing personal. Has the move come too soon in his career? Does he need more time in the Football League lower down? But he come off the bench. He got that one chance. It was a square ball by Jamal Lowe, and he took his goal well. And maybe that's a confidence lifter for him. I'm not saying it's going to solve all his problems, John, but that's a positive.
Yeah, without a doubt, a huge boost for him. And I mean, I think you could really see in him celebrating what it meant to him as well. And he's, as most, players, people around his age, he's not going to be blind or deaf to the criticism that he's been getting from Bournemouth fans. And I'm sure that would have been maybe not a 2 fingers up to the Bournemouth fans, but certainly a way to sort of try and announce himself a bit more. And I do feel a little bit sorry for him in the fact that he just hasn't got that much game time. And I don't care how old you are, if you don't play regular football, you're not going to be really you're not going to be feeling as involved in the team. You're not going to be feeling as positive when you come onto the pitch. Especially if you come on for 5 minutes, as he was when he first joined the club. What kind of effect can you have in that amount of time? Turns out you only need 60 seconds and 2 touches, and he can do something with it. But yeah, I mean, he needs to play more. I think the discussion still exists whether he should be playing or sort of should still be, I wouldn't say wasting his time, but he's not getting in as much out of this loan deal as I'm sure he and Man City would like. So we could look at possibly sending him back and bringing someone else in who's going to. But to be fair, with Jayden Anthony not really showing the greatest bit of form, there are arguments for him to start and be giving him better opportunity of what he can show, particularly if Anthony isn't really combining well with his teammates. So, big goal for him, big goal for us at the time as well. Obviously, that equaled things out at 2-2. But I do feel, as I mentioned, that I think that wave of relief kind of hit the team, and suddenly all the effort that they put in over the previous 90 minutes hit them, and a lot of players looked like they were out on their feet. And yeah, it wasn't looking good after a couple of minutes of added time. I was thinking, oh dear, this isn't looking good. I hope we grab a point from this.
Cheers for joining us, Stephen. And anyone who's joined us this afternoon, thank you so much. Win, lose or draw, we're here. We'll give our thoughts. Final couple of thoughts though, John. We got back to 2-2. There was opportunity when Jeff Lerma had acres of space to travel into. We almost had a 4-on-3, didn't make the pass, sort of held on to it. They all got back into position. And we were just talking about Morgan Rogers. He also got himself into a positive area where he was inside the box and his touch let him down on this occasion. At 2-2, the game was on and there was opportunities for us to nick it.
Yeah, there were the odd moment. You're right with the Morgan Rogers one. I think there were one or two opportunities where we could have maybe produced a breakaway, but like I said, the pass wasn't there. Jamal Lowe in particular, there was one instance I feel as though he was very slow on the ball and got intercepted on the halfway line. There was the chance where we were pushing forward. Ryan Christie tried to take it past his man on the right hand side. I'm not entirely sure why, because that's not really his game to cross it on the right foot there, and should have won a corner. Was given incorrectly as a goal kick. And there was one other instance where Ryan Christie's at the back post, completely alone, and he doesn't hook his foot around it at all well enough with his right foot to bring it into the box because there were players lining up. There were definitely opportunities there. But as soon as it hit 90 plus minutes, then it was basically all Luton. It was, there was a lot of work put in that second half, and it paid off up to a point. But then right at the end, where you needed a little bit more composure, you need everyone to be right on it. I could certainly point a harsh finger at Morgan Rogers at the end there. He doesn't do enough at all to really close down the cross that comes in right at the end. But I think he misjudges the spin on the bounce. There were a lot of players are out dead on their feet there. So there's a lot of ways you can break down those last few minutes, but it is just sometimes the crowd, the atmosphere, and Luton had done really well in that game. And obviously there's a lot of decisions that went in Bournemouth's favour early on in the game, including obviously the correctly given offside. I think there was a lot of pressure on the fans there or they felt very hard done by after their first half performance. So in the end, the occasion just dragged them through, and a fantastic goal from Naismith settled the tie.
And we're going to take a look at that table in just a moment. Please stay with us for another couple of minutes and we'll see this stream out, Keith. But let's just finally focus on it then. Luton have scored 4 goals in 90 plus minutes. Sky Sports showed that on the screen. Naismith got an opportunity to get a shot away. He got a shot away and they took all the points. And you know what? You spoke about them being better than their league position. And you know what? They played well today. You got to hand it down. The goals they scored defensively, we can make criticism, but they took their goals well today.
Absolutely. This is a really good team, and they could be making a late run. So they're to be respected. And Kenilworth Road, like Dean Court, small place, but if the crowd is on you, it can drain you. We know that, and they know that. So it's a tough place to go. So yeah, it's a sickener. I was thinking about what John was saying about the second string team and getting more game time. I think that's definitely so. They're not going to improve if you keep them on the bench. And again, I think Leif Davis showed that he was. He's not as pacey or as dynamic as Zamora, but he certainly didn't bring any shame to how he played today. I thought he was very good, and we've got to remember this is a squad game. And if we're criticising Rodgers for these little cameo performances, but he's never going to go and improve if he's just brought on for 5 minutes. You've got to trust the lads, and we brought him in for a reason. And maybe give him a 30 minutes and see what he can do, and he'll be delighted with his goal today. So we're criticising a player that really hasn't played, and that's the same with Lowe as well. And there's an argument that we need to give perhaps Cahill a rest and give Meps a little go as well. We've got to maybe a bit more rotation against the easier sides. We've got Hull next, and they're struggling. Let's see what the squad brings to us, because it's a squad game now. So, yeah, I think, as I say, all the second stringers should hold their heads up high.
Let's take a look at that championship table then. We have played 26 games, just like Blackburn. Blackburn beat Cardiff 1-0, and both teams currently are first and second with 49 points. That goal difference for Bournemouth of plus 20, giving them the lead at the moment. But Fulham have got games to come. They're on 48. West Brom are playing QPR 42, QPR 41, and Huddersfield are 40. So interesting stuff, an interesting time for the Cherries. Let's go live to Kenilworth Road. I believe the signal's not great, but let's see if we can get the thoughts of Aaron Kay. Can you hear us, Aaron? Can you hear us, Aaron? We'll just give him a second to see if it sorts itself out. John, Hull City next week. What does Scott Parker do for that game at home?
Well, I think with it being at home, you certainly want us to go out and dominate the game against the side that, are down there, in something of a relegation battle, or may well be for a reason, because of their poor form for a large chunk of the season. Having said that, after a slight change in formation and getting some of their best players back off the injury off the injured list, they've started performing over the last month and a half. So, Hull are one of the weaker teams in the division. Yes, they're not exactly going to argue against that either. But are they terrible? No, not by any means. There's only really one team that stands out as being, a game that you should expect to walk over in this division, and Hull is not one of them. So, the players are going to need to perform still to get the result. However, there will be strong favourites, particularly at home. And I would expect to see Parker, or I would certainly hope that Parker will mostly focus on the good first 10 minutes, because there was a really good first 10 minutes, very good pressing. The counter pressing was fantastic in the first 10 minutes. Even when we lost the ball, we would win it back high up the pitch very quickly. I was really impressed with that. Then obviously there's the rest. There's particularly the defending for the 2 goals that he'll want to look at. But the performance for 45 minutes in the second half was really good. So I want to see something similar to that. We may well see Jamal Lowe start over Jayden Anthony on the left. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure, depending on how Billing is, Marcondes scored. I think he found some really good positions. He wasn't necessarily passed as much in the first half as he should have been, but I don't see any real reason to drop Marcondes at this point if Billing isn't 100% fit. So I don't see too many changes. I think Cahill maybe could be given a rest. That was the worst performance I've seen of him this season by a mile. And we could well see Mepham come in for him, who's not really done anything wrong this season. So not too many changes. Zamora won't be back yet either. But it's certainly hopefully just build on the second half performance mostly.
So we're definitely having signal issues at Kenilworth Road. Potentially Luton fans are just tweeting or, taking up all the signal. You just don't know. They're maybe enjoying their moment, shall we say. Let's just wrap up some of the bits in the chat. Keefy T, we got Cherries Red Army have got a live transfer show coming on Tuesday night. We're going to talk about some of the players we've already signed. Yeah. Maybe we need to still do some more business. Paul's in there saying definitely need a new forward, I believe, just for plan B. Another poor ground today as well. Had scaffolding in my way. You got grounds in the Premier League like that as well with Goodison Park. Solanke, Mark Singleton. Solanke needs help. Midfield too close to the defence, too slow back to front. We brought 2 players in. Do we need to bring in more?
It's difficult. It's difficult because we were alluding to earlier about the second string not being really given their opportunities. So there's that to consider. There is an argument to bring in a forward, but it is not the ideal time to be buying forwards because you're going to be playing at optimum prices. And I don't know what the state of our finances is. Certainly a loan would be useful. With regards to the midfield, I think there is an argument, and I think Sam and Tom was saying on back of the net, an interesting combination of maybe Maconde filling, because Lewis Cook is certainly not on the ball at the moment. So, there is a lot of questions. And also, what do we do with Rodgers? I'm more tempted to give him a little bit more time. But with Anthony off form, we've got Jamal, of course, to play there as well. It's difficult. I think he's also looking at a fullback for the other side because, you've got Brady, is he a wide midfielder more than a fullback?
He's more of a midfielder, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
I see him as like a right-sided type of Christie, just without the legs, but still has the quality. But I think he's also in the mould where you can sort of push him into a Matt Ritchie nowadays role where he can play left-back. So I think he's a utility player. Clearly, he's struggling to keep himself fit. This is not the first time he's picked up an injury on the training ground, but it's interesting. I can't imagine it's an easy task to find someone, as we've said before, to play behind Dom Solanke, but we'll just have to see what happens. We are going to give it one more attempt to try and go to Kenilworth Road. As I'm currently looking at Mr. Hensman, I'm not saying the signal looks 100%, but he's walking through the streets. Let's see if we can grab him.
He's
Stephen,
ever reliable.
Can you hear us?
Oh,
Can you hear us?
Goodness.
Live watch along, and we're trying to get a connection to Luton. Can you hear us, Steve? I think it's just going to.
I think that's all he's had to say, isn't it?
That's all he had to say. To be fair, it might be a good thing that we didn't bring him in. That might work out to be a masterclass that the signal's gone. John, it's been great to have you on this watch along. I know it's been a tough day and some lows, some highs, some lows, but with Cherries, we go again, don't we, next week?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go again. And it was never going to be easy, but we'll see what happens next week.
And someone in the chat that said, Keithy, with all the wisdom, thanks for coming on this live watch along, Keith. Really appreciate it, your input. And as I just said to John, we go again next week, don't we?
Absolutely. We're right in the mix, and there's a lot to play for, and there's lots of twists and turns. And we're psychologically in a better position than we were last season, where we were looking a bit threadbare and a bit woeful. So it's an improvement on last season, but it's a tough competition. And the teams around us, West Brom, they're not out the mix. Blackburn, they're not out the mix. Fulham are obviously a danger side. It's going to go down to the wire. I've got a feeling it's going to go down to the wire, but we've just got to keep picking up points and keep playing our way.
Thank you to everyone who's joined us this afternoon. We really appreciate it. Hit all the likes, hit all the subscribes. And Steve Hensman's still trying. Shall I try one more time? Is it worth
think so.
An attempt? Look, we don't want to close out the show if he can. Look, it looks.
I've got no.
Steve,
I can't hear a thing.
Can you hear us, Steve?
No.
No, we're just going to have to forget it. You know what? I'm going to blame his headphones and Luton Town signal. But make sure you hit the subscribe. Also hit the like buttons. And also, we want to thank our channel supporter members, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do these type of watch-alongs and provide this stream on YouTube for everyone. So thank you to Mike, Richard, Rich, Steve, Neil, Sammy, and Mark Singleton. You can become a channel supporter member by going to buymeacoffee.com/cherriesredarmy. You can select either a member for just £5 a month, or you can simply donate a one-off payment. Anything you donate does go straight into the channel. But as I said, it really, really does help, and we really appreciate any donations. And there we go. Back to the watch along as it is. So, Keith, see you soon.
Cheers, Captain.
John, definitely see you soon. We've got a preview for Hull to prepare, haven't we?
Yes, I do. That's going to be some of my work today and tomorrow morning. Get ready for that.
Definitely. So Marcondes kept his scoring ways going. Morgan Rogers, he turned up and got Bournemouth back into the game with his first goal for the Cherries. But it wasn't a third consecutive win, was it, in the Championship? And for the third time this season, we've struggled to win a football match at 12:30. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Cherries. We go next week. Check out the channel for more previews and the transfer live show on Tuesday. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. From me, Keith and John, we'll see you soon. Up Cherries.
Up the Cherries.